Josh Kelly up with Bakram. Were you able to see that one first?
I was able to see everything.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the new IBF champion at 154 pounds, Josh Kelly?
I picked him.
Mm. You
I
know what was
picked him.
funny? You know what was funny? I was thinking about you. You told me Tim Tszyu just wants to fight his way out of battles, right? And that's why he lost to Bakram. So then I was thinking about what you were saying, and I was like, when I was trying to make my bet, I'm like, the movement might be some type of an issue in this fight. But yeah, I mean, you picked him. Did you see exactly that?
Yep. Fight went how I didn't think he would get dominated, but you gotta understand, there's so many things in that comes into play with them kind of fights. One is that is Kelly's first title shot. So fighters put everything in their life into their first title shot, bro. They spend every bit of resources that they have to get in shape. They do everything. It's the equivalent of, I don't know how much big a fan of music you are, but it's the equivalent of an elite hip hop or R&B artist in their first album. They put everything into it. It's like their whole life's work. So Josh Kelly gets his first title shot at home. Bro, you know he's gonna be better than he ever needed to be. And Bakram is a good fighter. He's a strong fighter, but sometimes early knockouts can be misleading. Tim Tszyu, um, he don't fight with no IQ. He's a good fighter, but he don't fight with no IQ. He act like he like the hardest puncher in the world, and he just go in there and try to bomb you out. So Bakram caught him with some shots. It wasn't luck, but it could be like a little misleading as far as like, damn, is uh sometimes we could just overrate early knockouts. And I just felt like the timing, it's not that Josh Kelly is, I don't think he's like a pound for pound fighter, but the timing of the fight favored Kelly. And he got the fight at home. Bakram have a hard time cutting weight, a very, very hard time cutting weight. You could see his face at the weigh-ins and stuff. Everybody forget little stuff like that. And um it was just everything was lined up for Josh Kelly to pull out a decision, and that's what he did.
How close did you have the fight? Obviously, Kelly he scores a knockdown with a jab, but then you see Bakram picking it up again, and then end up, Kelly starts closing it. But like, how did you see? How close was it?
Honestly, people like to say that they score fights, but I don't score fights at home. I just be watching them. You know what I mean? So I didn't have a pen and pad. Because when you score fights with a pen and pad, I'm sure you know it's different. It's different than your overall assumption of who won the fight. So I know it was a close fight. I'm not gonna act like I had it scored because I don't. I just be watching just to be watching. So I just felt as though it was a close fight, but I just felt as though under those circumstances that the judges was going to give Kelly the benefit of the doubt. And no, I don't think he got robbed. I don't think it was a robbery. I thought Kelly, looking at the fight eyeball test, I could see how he won the fight.
He earned it for sure. Um, you know, Before this fight, Eddie Hearn said that he signed Josh Kelly to fight Boots. How soon do you feel like that's gonna happen? And how do you feel like that takes place? Do you feel like Boots needs to go out there where Kelly's at?
I have no idea what they signed, but I think they're gonna have a hard time making Kelly fight Boots if Boots is not as mandatory. But I have no idea what they signed, and I hope Boots do get the fight. But it's hard to make a guy take a fight as a world champion, um, as a 10-1 underdog, and the guy that he's fighting is not his mandatory. That's going to be really tough to do in his first title defense. But hopefully, Josh Kelly is a man of his word, and he do it. And if he signed off on the fight, whatever. But I don't know. I have no idea how that's gonna work. They're gonna have to be some kind of stipulations for Kelly though. He gonna at least want to fight at home. You know what I mean? Something is gonna have to, because pretty much, I mean, it's gonna be viewed as him. You know, it's gonna look like he's gonna lose his first title, his title in his first defense.
Mm. Yeah, Eddie Hearn very happy about the win. Um, And it seems like they've been invested into Kelly for quite some time, and he takes that loss against David Avanesian, and this is his setback coming back. I mean, so I hear what you're saying. They might want to milk a title shot somewhere around this area where there's some money that they could be making.
Well, the problem is that Eddie Hearn got to do right by Boots. You know,
Talk to me.
he hasn't got him no big fights. He has to do right by him. You know what I mean? He has to, as the promoter, he has to figure out a way to get guys in the ring and get Boots world championships and things like that. He hasn't been able to deliver any big names for him, and it's getting to a point now where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if Boots is doing his job, the promoter has to do his job. So that's the issue right now, in my opinion.
When I was looking at the fight, I said, "Wow! Imagine if Bachram was fighting Boots right now. I feel like the fight would have ended a lot earlier. With this fight with Kelly, possibly, it probably might be more of a chess match, and maybe the rounds might go a little longer. I don't know. What you think? Do you like the move?
You mean as far as Boots versus
Yeah,
Kelly or Boots versus Bachman?
the stylistic. Like if you seen Boots fight Bachram, do you feel like it would have been a better fight than Boots and Kelly?
Um, Boots got a lot of talent, but he's like a destroyer by nature. I always thought that he should have fought Bakram. I never thought that Bakram was the boogeyman. Bakram was a fighter who was taking step aside money for years when he was Jamel Charlo's mandatory. People don't know that. So he was taking step aside money for years. So I always said to myself, man, if he was that confident, you don't just keep taking step aside money year after year after year like that. Even though it's a business, you still want to win the world title because you're gonna get your money if you feel like you're gonna win the world title. So I always did that as like, damn. I mean, for years the mainstream media just didn't know it, but I knew it because I was with BBC, and you got fighters in that division, and he just was just taking step aside money. So I thought he was good, but I never looked at him like Triple G or Baturbiev or Kovalev or one of them kind of guys. I didn't think he was on that level. So I thought Boots would have stopped him. You know what I mean? But you can't win a fight you don't take. Uh, but I thought Boots would have beat him. I thought that would have been a perfect matchup for Boots. Because he's violent and Boots like violent fighters. Um, I think that Josh Kelly is gonna move and try to embarrass Boots. And I think Boots will beat him, but I don't know how he gonna beat him because he gonna have to show growth from the Karen fights as far as dealing with a guy that's not engaging you and stuff like that. But I think Boots will beat Kelly, but I don't want to predict like how because it's like a different kind of fight with a guy moving and not engaging you and not opening up and stuff like that. That's a totally different kind of fight than a guy coming to knock your head off and you can kind of see everything coming. So let's just see how much Boots have grown. See how much maturity he has. Let's see if he could be a little bit more patient as he is when the last time he dealt with a mover. But I do pick him to beat Josh Kelly.
Because Bachram had a good success cutting the ring off, but in the same time, you seen that Josh Kelly needed to fight in certain positions because if he didn't, he wasn't gonna get no space. But yeah, do you feel like Bachram did a good job cutting the ring off, getting to Kelly?
He did okay. He did okay. His problem was he was running into too many shots. But
Uh,
he did okay as far as cutting the ring off. It was a speed disadvantage that he had. And Bakram struggles to make weight. Look at his face. Look at his face when he makes the weight. A fighter who struggles to make weight and they're inactive, that's tough to overcome.
yeah.
Uh Josh Kelly, all fight week, he had like a lively personality. Bakram could barely talk. Your voice, the vocal cords become weak when you cut
Mhm.
and weight. Listen to a fighter talk when they cut weight. Everybody, all the weigh-in heads always like to look at this and look at that. Look how a guy talks right before the weigh-in, and you could tell whether he cut weight. Because when they cut weight, when they had a hard weight cut, they don't talk like me and you talking now. They be like, "How you
It sounds like they're dying.
You got it. You got it." That's how you really know.
Right.
But um, I thought Beckham did good. He landed some good stuff. He just was getting beat to the punch. And the
Mhm.
crowd was on Kelly's side. And then once Kelly got into his groove, you know what I mean? It's tough to deal with.
Yeah, you're right. That speed advantage was definitely a factor last night.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, Taking things to Puerto Rico, the unified champion Xander Zayas fights Abaz. What's your reaction?
Um, well, how I thought it would go. I told you Xander was going to outbox him and beat him, and he did.
Tell me, with that performance, I mean, what do you see in Xander's future? Obviously, there's big hopes for him selling a lot of fights in Puerto Rico, but him being the only unified champion, what do you see? I mean, we don't really see too much of Boots and Xander talk. Don't know why, but yeah, what do you think about the unified champion and him taking that step, kind of like for maybe leverage room or whatever the case may be to make these other unifications.
I think
Getting the connection staticky. I mean, no, not staticky, but we can't hear you right now, Bread. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, double tap the screen if you are on mobile devices. We getting into this fight right now. He probably got a phone call. He'll be right back. Salute to everybody on the live. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those fights yesterday. We had a lot of fights yesterday. And we're talking about Xander and Abbas right now in Puerto Rico. Yep.
I don't think that Xander is going to fight everybody at 154. I think he looks kind of big. I think I got a feeling he's going to move up because it's a little, it's a little. I don't want to say easier at 160, but there's not so many sharks in the water. I can't see him lining everybody up right now at 154. Top rank is good with the matchmaking, and just because you don't come out and say certain things, I don't. You got to look at the actions. I think Xander's good and he's improving, but I think that Boots and Virgil Ortiz are a class above him right now. Um, it was little things that guy did to him last night that if that was Ortiz or Boots in there, he would have got stopped, in my opinion.
Mm.
But he is good. He is improving. He did win the fight, and you got to give him props. And out of everybody, his team seems to be like really putting him in the best positions. That was a big time power move to have him be the to have them fight in a unification fight right now. And have two belts, and the two best fighters in the division don't have no belts. So that was a big time move. I really respected what they did. But as far as who could be who in the ring, that's different. I don't. I think he probably need a little bit more time before he was to fight Ortiz or Boots. The other guys, he may got his shot, but those two particular guys, um, Abbas was landing too many right hands. You know what I mean? And Xander looks real strong and he got bigger, but he don't seem like much of a puncher. You know, I'm watching him close. He don't really get a lot of leverage on his punches, in my opinion. And it looks like he's naturally left-handed. He don't really throw a lot of right hands either. Watch him real close. I think he's a converted south. I don't know him personally, but I think he's a converted southpaw. But I just don't see the kickback on his punches that I see with Boots and Virgil. Boots and Virgil was cracking. Them jokers hit you, they hurt you. You know what I mean? I don't know if Vander is cracking like that. And I just it's something about the snap on his punches I don't see with them. So I think he could beat a lot of the guys in the divisions. I just don't think he could beat the top two right now. And I don't think Top Rank would chance that. They like to develop their fighters so when they get to that point they could be uh competitive in those kind of fights. And that's just my opinion though. But we gotta see.
What do you feel like Xander does good in the ring? I mean, when asked about, what's your best quality, he says adjustment in the ring, being able to make adjustments on the fly. What do you think sets Xander apart from everyone else?
I think he's very ambitious. I think you could tell that he enjoys fighting. You could tell that he's ambitious. You could tell that he trained hard. Honestly, it's not one thing that stands out to me. He's just a really good all around fighter. He looked like one of those guys that could do a lot of a little bit of everything. He's
Nothing
not the
great,
fast.
nothing great, but everything good.
I mean, well, just look at him. You tell me. Like, I don't. It's nothing that like I look at and be like, it don't jump off the page. He has good defense, but it's not like Shakur's. He has good hand speed, but it's not like Boots. He has good power, but it's not like Virgil's. You know what I'm saying? Is he doesn't do anything that I just jump off the page to me. But sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes being a good all around fighter is what you need. You know what I mean? And then And guys like that, you don't really know what they are until they get to the top level because their game is adjustments. Their game is not so much being so dynamic in one area where you could just see everything. You see their game in adjustment.
Yeah. Yeah. I was looking at the way he was throwing his combinations. It seemed like he gets more speed when he's throwing the combinations versus the single one shot shots. But you're right. I don't really see, we haven't been able to see that power since the smaller weight classes, and we were thinking maybe moving up, maybe he would get a little stronger. He
Well,
does
that
look
was
a lot bigger.
you got to understand that was against lesser competition too. Since he's
Yeah.
come up in competition, he's had to kind of more be more of a boxer.
Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%. Getting into the New York card, Madison Square Garden sold out event. Let's start with Bruce Shushu Carrington. Man, I think I got him as the fight of the night, man. He looked really good against Carlos Castro. What do you think? What do you think about his performance?
He did great. I thought he did good. Castro was there to fight, and he put up a good effort, and he hurt him, and he still. Um, it shows me a lot when a young fighter can get hurt and they still go for the knockout, and he did. So respect to Carrington. That was a good performance.
Tell me, I mean, do you feel like he had one of the more impressive performances of the night, or do you feel like maybe he got hit a couple too much with the jab, with Carlos's jab?
I was impressed by him, but Keyshawn Davis and Shakur's performances was on a lot of other nights that would have been the performance of the night, but not with what they did. They look like all world kind of guys, like the face of boxing kind of guys. Well,
Mm.
Bruce Carrington looked really good, but not he's not at that level. He didn't that what Keyshawn and Shakur did. That was like historic level stuff. Those was great performances.
He calls out Espinosa. How do you look at him as a champion trying to take some of these belts? He wants to become undisputed.
Um, I think he has a shot. I don't view Espinoza as unbeatable. I think he has a shot.
Right, right. Um, I like it. I like it a lot. Now, getting into the co-main event with Keyshawn Davis and Jermaine Ortiz. Keyshawn Davis stops Jermaine Ortiz with a body shot in the 12th round. What's your reaction on his performance?
Big time performance. Great performance. Keyshawn Davis, one of the best fighters in the world. Period. He could go head up with anybody at 140 pounds. And he could be 50-50 or be the favorite with anybody. That's the most he's impressed me. That was his career best performance. Jermaine Ortiz can fight. Great all around fighter. He not only outpointed him, but he broke him. You know what I mean? He broke Jermaine Ortiz, man. He was hurting him. That right hand was like a laser. Then he started making adjustments and started hitting him with a body shot when Jermaine Ortiz was trying to get away from the right hand. That was crazy, bro. That was a great performance. I don't know anybody that could beat him right now in that 140.
Yeah, it was smart because sometimes you use those lead hooks for cutoff punches, and Jermaine was kind of moving laterally with his hands up, and as
With his
soon as
hands up
Keyshawn seen
and
that,
he hit
boom!
him right in his liver, man.
It was like a
Yeah.
perfect opportunity. It's like a setup.
Keyshawn Keyshawn was locked in all night, like his eyes and everything. He was completely locked in on Ortiz. That was great. Yo, what time you have, bro?
I got 10:56.
All right, I got like 5 more minutes. I gotta get out of here.
Okay, okay. He calls out Devin Haney, talking about possibly moving up. What's your thoughts?
Wow. So he's not gonna try to win the title at 40? I think I don't like to say what I think a fighter should do because they management is for that. But I would assume that you would want to win the title at 140 before you fight Devin Haney at 147. But whatever he decide, he decide. That's a good fight. That's a hard fight for both guys, though.
Um, he definitely separated himself with the body shots. People had lots to say about the 12th round body shot. A referee went and stopped the fight, didn't give him an opportunity to stand up. What's your thoughts? Do you feel like that was something that we would like to see, or do you feel like it was a well deserved stoppage? It was like 12 seconds left to the fight.
I don't have an opinion on it either way because Jermaine Ortiz looked defeated. He didn't really complain. He was hurt. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Right, right. Um, so getting into the main event. Um, Shakur Stevenson looks amazing, right, against Teofimo Lopez. I mean, what's your reaction to that fight?
Um, Shakur moved up the pound for pound list, man. Right now, he's probably at number 4.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? That was an amazing performance. The only reason why he's not higher on the pound for pound list is because of his resume. You know what I mean? His resume probably don't have the big names that some of the other guys do, but amazing performance. Amazing. I thought he won 11 out of 12 rounds. And I
Mm.
thought he was about to stop T.O.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going to stop him. He was hurting him. He was hurting him. He was when you hit a guy that clean, that precise, you don't have to be a big puncher to hurt him. You start hurting him. That left hand to the body was hurting him. He start hurting him. If Shakur was a different guy, if that was Terrence Crawford in there, Tito would have got knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Now, I always knew that Shakur had an amazing jab. In this fight, it seemed like that was the bread and butter of the match. People also said if he maybe stepped in the gas, he probably would have stopped him. What do you think?
I don't think that's his mentality, but I think he stepped on it for as much as what his mentality allows him to do. The thing that makes him great is his patience and his ability to take away your offense and neutralize you and kind of like pot shot you. So he's not going to go too far out of his style just to like like say I stopped the guy when he's winning 10, 11, and 12 rounds. You know what I mean? It's similar to Floyd Mayweather. We just got to accept that. Everybody's mentality is different. Some guys that are boxers want to knock you out, like the Ray Leonards, like the Boots, like the Terrence Crawfords. Some guys that are boxers, they just want to put you in your place, like the Shakurs, like the Floyd Mayweathers, like the Pernell Whitaker. So you gotta just accept a guy for what he is, because if he tried to change his mentality, he might not be that effective of a fighter.
Right, right. People were saying guys like Max Kellerman was saying, if he could make easy work with Teofimo Lopez, you got to start looking at Shakur Stevenson as our modern day Mayweather. What would you say?
Um, let's just wait a little bit, man. You know what I mean? Let's just he got some of the same stuff that Floyd got, but let's just see. Let time goes on. Let's just see. Let's see what he does. We do this too early with everybody, and it's not fair to him. It's just not fair. He seems to be as talented and as skillful as Floyd, but it's a lot of things that got to come together before we could say that. Let's just see.
How do you see, Shakur's future at 140? Obviously, listening to him, he wants the Conor Ben fight, but with the rehydration clause, Conor doesn't want to do a rehydration clause, especially now where he's positioned at number one in the WBC. Obviously, Mortataya called out the winner of this fight. What do you think? Do you feel like Shakur Stevenson could be a real player at 140 pounds
Yeah, I do. I think he should go back and forth between 135 and 140 and just
to get
take
the
on
best
all comers
fights?
and build his legacy. You could see that even though he fought at 140 last night, he could lose more weight. Like he's not ripped to shreds at 140. So just go back and forth and just line everybody up for like the next 4 or 5 years. That's what I think he should do.
Where do you feel like Teofimo Lopez had the most difficulties, and where do you feel like Shakur was the more superior, the most superior?
Teofimo Lopez' problem is that he don't know how to work to get inside. He just lunges and he don't work. He don't make you punch and then keep stepping to you. He just don't have the mentality or the technique. So what he does is he tries to get everything at one time by just throwing big punches. And he got short arms. He don't bring his feet with him. He's always just lunging. And it's something that, has been plaguing him his whole career. People say he's hot and cold, but it's a thing of it's not really hot and cold. He just can't adjust to that style. One of the reasons why I picked Shakur was real simple. And then I gotta go. It was real simple why I picked him. Teofimo, when he's hot through the whole fight. When he's cold or off, I'll say off, he's off the whole fight. He don't have nights where a guy get like a real good start. Like let's say Zab versus Floyd, right? And then Floyd adjust and then go on the run and dominate the rest of the fight. Or let's say how like Benavidez had a couple good rounds against Crawford early, and then Crawford downloaded the data and just got busy. When Teofimo has an off night, the night stays off. Peep that. When he has a great night, the night is great all the way through. He starts out on fire and he just goes. The Barbosa, the Taylor, the Loma fight. It's different. I never saw him have a off night in the beginning, make the adjustment, and then roll through. I know that's kind of deep with people, and they go because you're going to lose rounds against Shakur. You're going to have some tough times against Shakur, and the fact that he didn't, that I never seen him do that, it showed me that he don't adjust to that style well, and that's why I picked Shakur. And I think Teofimo gonna have a lot of trouble moving forward in his career because now everybody's gonna fight him the same way. Your confidence have to be damaged to lose that bad. You know what I mean? In the fight, I mean, he lost. I thought he lost 11 rounds. You know,
Me too.
dad yelling at him. It's embarrassing. Social media. He's gonna take a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if his career went on a different
Path.
trajectory, man.
Yeah. DJ Curtis, thank you for the 5 piece. Do you have uh who do you have winning these fights? Devin versus Keyshawn at 47 and Shakur versus Gary Antoine Russell at 140. Breadman, we appreciate your knowledge and respect.
Um, I don't know, man. Those is tough fights. Let me think about them a little bit. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. Those are tough fights. Um, I don't want to have a prediction yet. It's too early for that.
Fair to say, man. Well, appreciate your time, coach. I know you're busy, and we're
Yep.
gonna be seeing the Zuffa fight tonight. You know what I mean? So the second one. So see you soon. Appreciate
Yep.
you.
All right.
Stay blessed, man. Stay blessed. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We're gonna be having Greg Hackett jumping on right now. Salute to Coach Breadman in the building. Great takes, man. We're gonna be getting everyone's reaction. And you already know, man. It's the next day, the very next day. And we got the one and only Greg Hackett in the building. What's going on, Greg? How are you, man? Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Mill City, before we get started, right?
Talk to me.
And when you post this shit, I want you to post this part. Congratulations to everyone. Everybody look good. I mean, they call me a hater, and they might even call me a hater after this with you, but congratulations. Everybody look great. Everybody.
I love it. I love it. Well, they did. They did look great. Greg, talk to me, man. I mean, where do you want to start, man? I mean, where I seen you is on YSN talking about the Josh Kelly fight versus Bakram. If you want to start there, we could do that.
Yeah, that's up to you. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So what's your reaction on Josh Kelly beating Bakram and also dropping him?
Bakra is very basic. He's strong and he big, but he basic. You know what I'm saying? And by basic, I mean he probably throw 4 punches. You know what I mean? He probably got a set of 4 punches that he throw and how he throw them. You know what I mean? Josh Kelly got on his tools, created the timing, created the distance that he needed, and he picked that Bakram. And he won. He won just because he controlled the pace of the fight. You know what I mean? He was able to counter Bakram basically whenever he wanted to. The only problem is with Josh Kelly, he gotta figure out why he burning out the last 4 or 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? That's all he gotta do. He's a pretty good fighter, and he gotta add a little bit of combinations to his arsenal. There's certain things he got to pick up on, but for the most part, the mentality that he brought to the ring last night was beautiful because he told himself, "I'm not losing to this guy. I'm better than this guy. I will not lose to this guy." You know what I'm saying? So he looked good last night, man. He did a great job.
100%.
Damn, I
Um,
got the
Breadman was talking about, Bakram possibly being weight drained for the weight class. He looked drained. He looked also slow. What did you see in that? Do you agree?
I mean, it looked like it. His body, he looked like his body was fighting to put on weight. I don't know what the rehydration. Well, they was fighting for the IBF, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, so they had that 10 pound thing going on. Yeah, it looked like it. It looked
Uh,
like it.
Also listening to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn saying that he locked in Josh Kelly to fight Boots.
Yeah,
Don't know when. But when you looked at that fight yesterday, and you see, hey, listen, if Boots wanted to grab that IBF strap, what would you see if you seen Boots in there with Bakram or Kelly?
For Bakram, he too easy to hit for Boots. Um, and for Josh Kelly education is not extensive enough to fuck with Boots. You know what I'm saying? Boots would have been going to his body with different shot selections, stabs, you know what I'm saying? All types of shit, the feints. He'd have been working behind the feint. Boots wouldn't have been trying to force himself on him. You know what I mean? He would have been, let the fight come to him a little bit. It's just a lot of things that what's his name, Josh Kelly doesn't really know. And you know what I mean? He know how to fight, but it's a lot of little shit he don't know how to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's where he'll fall at to a guy like Boots. I don't think Eddie Hearn, I think they're gonna come up with something else. They're gonna
I
try
hope-
to milk that situation.
Absolutely. Have him fight at home a couple times.
Yeah, they're gonna try to milk it.
I mean, you tell me, I mean, Josh Kelly or a Karen. Do you feel like Karen is a better fighter than Josh Kelly? I mean, he knows how to move, but he also knows how to do different things in there. Do you feel like he's more educated than a Josh Kelly?
Yeah, I think he's a little bit better than Josh Kelly. Karen is. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
Style wise. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a little bit better. That not saying, he just, not trying to give him credit for the Boots fights, but I'm just saying after really watching him, he's a little bit better. He do a little bit more. He get his hands off a little easier. You know what I'm saying? He can fight on the inside a little bit better. You know what I mean? It's things that he can do. Josh Kelly, you could tell he struggled with certain shit, and then he really only got like his punch selections package is limited. You know what I'm saying? He throws certain punches, but it just so happened to work last night because you got a guy who's a little taller than you and he's standing right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Yeah, that
good
check
fight
hook,
though.
that check hook was on the money.
Yeah, good fight though.
Yeah, definitely a good fight. Um, going to Puerto Rico, Xander unifies with Abbas Bro.
Yeah.
What do you think about his performance?
I didn't That's the only fight I ain't see. I ain't get to see Xander yet. You know what I mean? But I heard
Yeah.
he won though. Congratulations to him. You know what I mean? I ain't get to see it though.
No, hey, you would have had to flip from the Bruce Carrington and a little bit of the Keyshawn fight to even get the whole thing. I hear you on that.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like it too much because of that reason as well, because I knew it was gonna bleed into the other fights that I wanted to watch. But let's get into the New York at Madison Square Garden. Lots of things went down. Bruce Shushu Carrington is now the new WBC champion.
Yeah.
What do you think about Bruce Carrington beating Carlos Castro? Stopping him.
Shushu,
My bad. Stopping him.
yeah, he stopped him. Shushu to me was in the most competitive fight on that card. Him and Big Baby, but really Shushu because Shushu before this fight, we seen him in some good fights. I think the African Bull gave him his best fight. I think his name's Sagawa or something like that. But him and Castro was a good joint, good match. Castro, experienced in there. He been in there with the Figueroas, the Cool Boys, shit like that. So he's a proven guy, and it was impressive to see Shushu take some of the shots he took and still overcome it, and then go in there and stop Castro. Not just beat him, but stop him, knock him out. Good. Shushu combination punching and his belief in himself is like top tier. Like that's what you need. You know what I mean? He looked great.
Because he got hurt in the fight. You know what I mean? He turned it up.
Yeah,
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 and that was a
that was great.
devastating. He had him out of his feet standing up before he ended
Yeah,
up hitting him with that last shot.
yeah, that was it.
But let's backtrack a little bit. How can I miss this? G
What?
Big Baby Miller.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Talk to me about that performance. What was your reaction when you seen the toupee fly out after a couple jabs?
I mean, after he let his hair down, he turned up. You know what I'm saying? He had to do what he had to do. He had to get that extra weight off his back. You feel me? That shit was crazy. That's the first time I ever seen that in history. I never ever thought that Cuz was wearing a toupee. I mean, I'm not saying he did all the other times. He said something about he lost his hair and then he had to, what I mean, go get the toupee. I think he should have just wore the baldy from the rip, but it is what it is. That was wild to see. But he's a mammoth, man. He's tough to fight because the pressure, you can't get him off you. 370 pounds, 17 pounds weighing in.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. The heavyweight, if that guy's in shape, like which for him is like 295, 295 around that area. If he's in shape, he's trouble for anybody. But it's always like depending on what he is trying to do. You know what I mean?
I mean,
What type of shape he in?
he had a quite of a layoff after that Andy Ruiz fight, but I mean, obviously he it seemed like the body work and the pressure was the keys to victory for him. But what did you like about what was it Abe? What was the guy that he fought? What was his name?
Oh, the African boy. I forgot. I just got up, Mill City.
No, no, you're good. You're good. I mean, he got stopped by Jarrell,
Jared Anderson.
and
Jared.
Jared Anderson. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
um, what do you think? What does this win do for Jarrell Miller?
I mean, just get him back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? You see, they had Fabio Worley in the house last night.
He
Some
caught the
other heavy.
toupee.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? It put him back in the race. At heavyweight, see, this is the thing about heavyweight. It's always gonna be a fight that could get you back. It's a lot of heavyweights in the world. You know what I'm saying? And they always knocking each other off. So it's gonna be some money there for him. He just gotta stay on the right path.
Yeah, we seen that with Wilder and Jajora. They're gonna get it on now.
There
So
we
you're right.
go. There we
Big
go.
facts. Big facts. Um, Getting into the co-main event, Keyshawn the Amazing Businessman, stops Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th round. What's your reaction?
Hey, I'm gonna be real. Them dudes is bullies, bro. Keyshawn and Shakur, they bullies. um, Great performance. First of all, great performance. Worked behind his jab, broke him down to the body, put some combinations on him, the feints. You know what I'm saying? The defense, everything he was doing. What I realized last night, Keyshawn arms is really long for his height. You know what I'm saying? But he know how to use them. Um, physically strong, guys, and that was just it was a great performance. It was a great performance. You know what I mean? But it was a lick too. You know what
Tell
I
me
mean?
why. Why was it a lick?
Because listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something. When these dudes be talking about the amateurs, right?
Hmm.
And people be like, amateurs don't mean nothing. It mean a lot because I understand where you come from. I understand how you think. I understand your training methods. I understand everything about you because I remember from when we was younger, the things you was being told, the things your coaches see. It's things that coaches do. It's things that fighters do that tell on themselves. So when they go to these tournaments and shit, coaches be a lot of coaches be trying to prove that they know something about boxing, right? And they'll take a little kid and be like, "Hey, can I show you fight or something, or can I show them a little something?" Because they think that their methods are the best methods. Every coach think they got the best methods, but they teaching these kids little shit, right? A guy like Keyshawn, he say, "I like that. I'm gonna take that, but I'm gonna add it to my game." You know what I'm saying? A guy like Keyshawn is, "I like that, but I'll beat that the fuck up." So if you showing that to your fighter and your fighter fighting me, I already know what he on. That's why the amateurs matter. Some people talk too much, some people say too much, and you educating these guys and you don't know you educating them. You think they're not listening because they kids. Another thing, the sparring, these big sparring sessions. Everybody trying to prove that they got the best dog. So you might have took Jermaine Ortiz. Let's drive on down to Virginia, or let's go to New York, or let's go to Ohio. And you got your guys sparring these guys. They recording, you know what I'm saying, or they mentally recording like, okay, I mean, I know what he brings to the table. Now, fast forward to the pros, you watching them on tape. Everybody know Jermaine Ortiz. Every fighter got flaws, but everybody know Jermaine Ortiz. He's indecisive. We've seen it too many times. Keyshawn is not the guy that you want to be indecisive with
Right.
because he's trying to put it on you. He's trying to whoop
Hurt you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not trying to win. He's trying to whoop you. So him trying to whoop you and you trying to make your mind up, that's a bad combination. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad combination. So So I call them guys bullies because they know these dudes can't keep up with them. I know Jermaine Ortiz can't beat me, but we gonna act like it's a good fight. We gonna act like it's a good fight. We gonna charge it up, even in the media. We gonna charge it up because that's our job. Our job when we in the media is to find reasons why this guy could win. When we know Keyshawn is the better fighter, he the fresher fighter. He's stronger physically. You know what I'm saying? He got a great combination of things. And when you put it up against the Jermaine Ortiz, yeah, it's a good fight, but Jermaine Ortiz can't keep up. Jermaine Ortiz, when he came out southpaw and half-ass shooting that jab, I knew he was in trouble. When Keyshawn in the second round, he turned the right hand over, but he turned it over like it was a jab, meaning the speed, like how he snapped it, it was just nice and quick. Man, I'm like, oh, he in shape. He feeling good. He loose. Whenever you see a guy shoot that backhand with some speed on it, and he not falling into it, and he got control over the shot, he turned on. He locked in. You know what I'm saying? He in shape and he's sharp. His eyes is there. I mean, so it's just a lot. It's a lot that come with the education part. And if you know boxing, if you can see what's going on, you knew that Jermaine Ortiz was going to have a world of trouble with a guy like Keyshawn, and Keyshawn knew it.
Tell me, nobody's been able to beat Jermaine Ortiz the way Keyshawn did last night. What do you feel like the major, differences between, Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko that, Keyshawn, he was able to show us? Obviously, the demeanor and he was the bigger puncher in the fight. But what else did you see? Because, it wasn't the later the fight got, the worse it got for Jermaine.
Listen, Teofimo Lopez is also indecisive. You know what I'm saying? He do a lot of jumping around and trying to figure out how he want to go about things because there's things he don't know how to do. So because he
Greg, can't hear you. Smash the like button, y'all. We back.
can you hear me now?
Yep.
You can hear me?
Yep.
All right, because it's a lot of things Teofimo don't know how to do. He substituted those things with a lot of like little tricks and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you put Jermaine Ortiz and Teofimo Lopez in the ring, they give each other trouble. You know what I'm saying? When you put Jermaine Ortiz and Lomachenko in the ring with Tio or Jermaine Ortiz with Lomachenko, they both bigger than Lomachenko physically. Lomachenko is a top tier thinker. But physically, he isn't the best. He's in good shape and he can fight, but physically he's not imposing. He's not one of them guys like, oh my God, he big as shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of those guys. He's just a sharp motherfucker. You know what I mean? So a guy like Jermaine Ortiz and Tio, they can hold up when it comes to a Lomachenko. Lomachenko is a great fighter, yeah, but 126 pounds, he's a great fighter. At 130, he's a great fighter. At 35, he's a good fighter. You understand? So when you put Jermaine or Tio in there with a guy like that, you know what I mean? They could keep up with him. They physically, you know what I'm saying? They physically just too much for him. But skill wise, he a little better. So that's where the fight evens up. Now when you take a Keyshawn who's physically and mentally too much for Jermaine Ortiz, that's what you get. What you saw last night.
Right. Right. Um, you said, he went southpaw right away. Do you feel like that was a good look? I mean, I was seeing what you were saying. That jab was not snapping at all. It wasn't fully extended, and I see it definitely a half-ass jab. But he had certain success in I think from like I don't know, 3, 4, 5. He was able to keep his hands down and say, you know what? I'm gonna be awkward. I'm just gonna just do something that's unorthodox in the fight. Do you feel like that played a better for Jermaine, or it could have been worse if he stayed doing the same thing?
Him turning southpaw was a mistake. Him turning southpaw was a mistake because he's not completely confident with his southpaw stance. He's not. He couldn't get nothing off. Um, I think he turned southpaw to try to throw Keyshawn off. Even though Keyshawn know that he do that. He know that he turned southpaw, but it's still a funny angle to go up against. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is Jermaine Ortiz put on a lot of weight after the weigh-ins. He was slower. He was a lot slower than Keyshawn. Keyshawn speed wise was like 2 gears above. He was putting a little too much on him with the speed. couldn't keep up. Um, I don't know. He was just when you talk about them guys, man, they outmatch a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I know they said they're not gonna fight, but they're gonna have to, bro. They're gonna have to because it's not a lot of guys could keep up with them. You know what I'm saying? We just saw that last night. Now, timing means everything. Timing means everything. What I mean by that is Shakur fighting Teofimo at 130. If they both was at 130, a different fight. When Tio decided to go to 35 and if Shakur was at 135, different fight. But then when you go through all the experiences they both been through, one of the best things Shakur did for himself was that Zepeda fight. That Zepeda fight gave him more confidence because I can stand right here if I want to. I can let a guy punch on my arms and catch shots and counter if I want to. So it built a different confidence level
Mm-hmm.
when he fought that last fight.
Cepeda.
What's the guy name?
Cepeda.
Zepeda. Yeah, William Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's tough though. It's tough to believe that they won't fight because that's how you're going to see who the best. Not that it's just between them two, but right now y'all both at 140. They both feel great at 140. And you know why they look good at 140? Because 126, 130, 135, not really your natural weight class. 140 more your natural weight class for both guys. That's why they both look so good. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying it's just because of the weight, but I'm just saying add in the weight, add in the skills, you know what I'm saying? Add in the experience. You know what I'm saying? All if you add everything in,
It's
that's
a
why they
bigger it's
that's
a bigger mountain to climb.
yeah, but they look more impressive because they feel better. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Going up in weight for both of them was great. Because they two grown men. They don't walk around at 135. They gotta make 135. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So naturally they walking around 170. You know what I'm saying?
What do you what
So
do you what do you think about the stoppage, the 12th round stoppage? They stopped it 12 seconds before the fight. I mean, do you feel like the referee should have gave an opportunity for Jermaine to stand up? They just, he instantly just waved it off.
I think what it is is it's like what else can you do? There's nothing you can do. This shit over.
12 seconds left though. You know
12
what?
seconds
You
left.
know what that does? You know what a stoppage does to a fighter's career.
12 seconds left. Yeah, but at the same time, this is still a business, right? And we
He's
have
not the
seen
A
this book.
side, right?
We have seen this before, and that's how you make a fighter look completely dominant. After beating you up all night, he stopped you. Now Keyshawn, in his mind, I'm a monster. And I'm not saying he not. I'm not saying he not. But what I'm saying is it's all for the confidence, it's all for the viewership, it's for a lot. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? So not even giving him a chance is making it look like, man, you was getting killed. I mean, what were you going to do? And like you said, 12 seconds. Damn, give me my 12 seconds. But at the same time, bro, you was getting killed. You was getting the shit beat out of you. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Um, at the end of the fight, and even before the fight, Keyshawn was talking to Bill Haney, saying, "Yo, if I stop Jermaine Ortiz, I want, Devin." We all wanted to see Devin and Shakur, but cause Shakur's talking about these rehydration clauses that no other fighter wants to do. So, looking at that landscape, I mean, do you see a Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney happening?
We
Devin, he said
need,
on Twitter, said, "Yeah," he said, "Let's make it happen," but I don't know. Talk is talk.
listen, we need fights like that. The reason we need fights like that is because there's things each one of them know about each other. They know that those are great fights. We need those fights. We need those fights. We need the Dev and Shakur. We need the Dev and Tio. We need the Africa and Shakur, the Africa and Tio. Then we need the Gary Antoine mixed in there. We need the Lamont Roach mixed in there. It's a lot of guys. The Abdullah Masons mixed in there. It's a lot of guys we need mixed in there. You know what I'm saying? These are the fights we need. Those other guys, the B class, C class guys, they can't keep up with them, either physically or mentally, or both together. They can't keep up with them. You see it.
What kind of message do you think Keyshawn, made it in possibly the 40 to 47 division, beating Jermaine Ortiz the way he did?
I mean, I don't know. 47 is a different division. That was at 140. So
Right.
we got to see him dominate at 40 first. Keyshawn,
Is he
you
too
never
small
really.
for 147? He looked good at 40.
No, I don't think he's too small. I don't think he's too small. These guys only look real big on TV. When you see these guys in person, they don't be that big. You know what I'm saying? So he's not too small. No. The thing is with Keyshawn, can he keep it together? Can he keep it together mentally? If he can keep it together mentally, then we see great fights out of Keyshawn. If he do shit that he say he been doing, which I don't know if he was lying or not, saying that he was drinking and camp and shit like that, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's a lie. I don't know if it's, you know what I mean, if he was telling the truth. I don't know. I don't know. But if he could keep it together mentally, you know what I mean, then we see great fights out of Keyshawn.
Say Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney happen next. Who would you favor?
It's tough to say. It's one thing that, now listen, Devin Haney wasn't an Olympian, right? He's
Right.
not an Olympian, but he turned pro early and he started gaining that professional
Knowledge.
experience, professional experience early. You know what I'm saying? So what he has over those guys is being a professional. You know what I'm saying? He know
Having
he
30
know how
plus
to,
fights, right?
yeah, he know what it's hitting for. At the same time, Keyshawn know what it's like to test itself. The only thing I'm holding against Keyshawn is the De Los Santos fight. I really wanted to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see the rematch for Shakur. I really wanted to see that fight. But him and Dev, I don't know. Dev got fast feet, fast hands. Keyshawn is very, you know what I'm saying? When he step into you, monster like, you know what I'm saying? Cause he got this look in his eye, like, I'm gonna get you. He kept telling Jermaine last night, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna catch up to you.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead. Like he was telling, he even stuck his head out the ring and looked at his coaches like he not doing nothing. Like I got him. You know what I'm saying? He knew that he was too much for him. So Devin, Keyshawn, I don't know. I don't know just yet. I would have That's a fight I just have to see. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Um the main event. Oh, actually, let me get into this super chat right here. London, thank you for the 10 piece. Jermaine Ortiz, his mistake was coming out southpaw knowing Keyshawn worked with the Shakur with the whole camp. Who advises that? That's a good point. You know, you're sparring Shakur, one of the best southpaws out there.
Hmm.
Why go southpaw? I mean, were you kind of, did you feel weirded out that he never actually went orthodox in the fight?
He did, but he did it too late. He did it too late, and he only did it for half a round, shit like that. But I mean, listen, man. I don't know. Listen, man. I don't know. I don't know what these guys is doing in camp, but it's definitely showing in the fight. I can only speak from what I see in the fight. His coaches mentally just couldn't put it together
Jermaine.
for that kid, for Jermaine Ortiz. They Whatever game plan they had, it was a lot of other shit they wasn't thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Like that fact that Cuz just put out there. You know what I'm saying? Him turning southpaw for what? And he working with a great southpaw. You
So
know what
do
I'm saying?
you feel like they left him alone in the corner when it came down to this fight?
It's not that they left him alone. It's just that it's the difference in education. It's the difference in skills. If it's a difference in animal. When I speak about the animal, I know some people be lost sometimes when I talk like that. Animals are great for their ability, but they also great for their intensity. You know what I'm saying? No matter the size of the animal, when an animal understands what he is, that's what make him more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
know who to go after. But this is the thing with animals. Animals know who to go after because it's their job to hunt. So you're not gonna see a tiger trying to really hunt a fucking rhino. He too dangerous. A rhino could kill you.
He knows who their prey is.
He know who the prey is. You know what I'm saying? So when they know, I mean, when they matching these fights up, and they like, yo, it's gonna be Jermaine Ortiz. We as the people, man, Jermaine Ortiz is a good fight. Hell yeah, that's a good fight. And it is. It is a good fight. Because Jermaine Ortiz is known for testing guys. But a guy like Keyshawn, He know what kind of animal Jermaine Ortiz is. He know what kind of animal he is. Oh yeah, bring me that. Bring me that. I mean, I'm gonna do
Right.
whatever I want to him. And it's the difference in skills. It's the difference in ability. It's the difference in camps. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they got strength and conditioning coaches. They got great sparring. They got the best food. You know what I mean? And whatever else they need. You know what I'm saying? They putting themselves in great facilities. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at them. They got to do what they got to do. But that's what they got that up against some hometown shit. You know what I'm saying? So you
You
know.
know, De Los Santos had a lot to say after the fight, kind of like mimicking and kind of making fun of Teofimo Lopez and Keyshawn. I mean, is that a fight that you still would want to see at 140, even though, De Los Santos is not really a 140 pounder?
I want to see what it is about De Los Santos that give people trouble. I think I know what it is, but I want to see it. The fact that he gave Shakur trouble and the fact that Keyshawn came in overweight and didn't fight him, I'm bothered by that. I'm bothered by it because I needed to see it. De Los Santos has something for everybody. I want to see how that match up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it's crazy because boxing is like anything else. What have you done for me lately? All right, he didn't fight De Los Santos, but he did beat the shit out of Jermaine Ortiz. Cool. We back. We love you again, champ. We love you. You know what I mean? You're great. That's like, y'all didn't see that? Y'all didn't see what just happened right there? You know what I'm saying? I don't like shit like that. And the reason I don't like it, because you one of the best in the world and your man one of the best in the world, and y'all not gonna fight each other. So if y'all not gonna fight each other, give me, I need other great fights. I need great fights. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I need Africa in a fight with one of them. You know what I mean? We need to see great fights, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the best is, that kid Miratala, he said he going up to 40 soon. Get him in there. I would like to see Miratala and Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? It's certain fights we have to see in order to say this guy really is the best. Not just putting on the best performances. I'm not mad at the best performances, but we need to see you up against the best guys. That way we could be sure, like, yo, he a bad motherfucker for real. Now, skill-wise, yeah, you can see it. These motherfuckers can fight. They can fight, and they talented. You know what I'm saying? And the ability level is all the way up here. But let me see it against somebody else who's like that.
Right.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
would you mind seeing Shakur bounce around from 135 to 140, trying to find the biggest fights? And then with Keyshawn, would you want to see him at 40 and 47 with some of the big fights? I mean, because like you said, we don't know if they're going to fight each other ever in the future. The way they talking in the press conference, saying I'm really proud of you, and saying good things to each other, but it just, yeah. What do you think? Do you feel like Shakur should bounce around from 135 to 40? Because yeah, we want to know who the best is at the end of the day. I don't know how much competition at 135 there is right now.
Fight the best guys. I don't care what weight it is. Fight the best guys. Why? Because he's one of the best guys mentally. Mentally and physically, these guys are the best. Like I said, they got the proper training camps. They got the proper training with the strength and conditioning. They got 10 coaches around them. They got the best food. You know what I'm saying? They getting advice from the best fighters in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot around these guys that say they the best. Fight the best. I just want to see you in there with the best guys. I'm not saying they not, and I'm not saying they didn't put them. They look fucking spectacular last night. They look spectacular last night. But let me see that against somebody else who's spectacular. I need to see it. I need it. All that arguing, that Twitter shit, man. Fuck all that, man. Gary Antoine Russell, Africa, Lamont Roach, just Miratala. I need to see these mix-ups. I need them.
But when you hear Shakur saying that I'm a real 135 pounder, what do you get out of that?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he feel more complete at 135. But damn, he looked his best right last night at 140. He looked amazing at 140. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
especially him saying, I finally got this opportunity. You know what I mean? If you're gonna talk like that, you're gonna have to mix it up in certain divisions.
I personally feel like what he's saying is at 135, I feel more dominant at 135. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. No, I hear you on that because like nowadays we don't know what's even greater nowadays. Really, you out here dominating your own division, or you hopping around? Because we seen people hop around a lot. We seen Floyd hop around a lot, and we normally see that just for the business aspect. But sometimes when you clearing out a division, we can really know as fans that you are the best. That's why I ask, bouncing from 135 to 140, what would be beneficial for him? And knowing that you also got to move around where your brother moves too. He's at 40, 47 type deal.
Listen, these guys talk about money. If you're going to make the money, you got to build the resume. And
Hit that like button, yo. That's right.
the way you build the resume is by fighting the great fights. You fight the great fights, then you build the resume and you make the kind of money that you want to make. There's no way. T.O. was a great fight for Shakur. Don't get it fucked up. Don't think I'm saying opposite. No, 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 no. T.O. was a great fight for Shakur. But in order to keep the big money rolling in, you gotta fight the best guys. It's not so much about going up to 47 and fighting Dev and shit like that. No, but whoever's around you, wherever you feel natural, wherever you feel, wherever you feel like it's your best, you should be fighting the best there. Now, somebody just typed in Oshaki, right? Oshaki is one of the best at 30. If he come up to 35, I'm not mad at it. If Shakur meet him there, I'm not mad at that fight.
I'm not
Those
mad
the
at it
fights.
either.
Those are the fights we need. We need great. In order to call a man great, we need great fights. We called Mayweather great because he beat Canelo, Cotto, Shane Mosley, Zab Judah. The list goes on.
Pacquiao. Mhm.
Pacquiao, Diego Corrales. In order to call a man great, you got to beat the other great fighters. Let's get it popping. Let's get it fucking popping. Fighting guys that you know, that you been around, that you sparred before and all that, that's cool. That's cool because T.O. was one of the best at the time. But test yourself. I want to see the best. And I'm not just meaning Shakur and Keyshawn. I'm talking about all these guys. All of them, the entire game. If we're gonna see the best, we need to see the best.
What's your reaction on the main event? Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez.
Shakur showed why you supposed to pay attention in class.
Mm.
You know what I mean? When you go to school and you just being fucking hard-headed and you just don't want to listen, and then you get Tia. When you go to school, you pay attention and you practice and you work and you study, you get Shakur. Simple. It was simple calculations. Simple calculations. These guys in camp, they don't want to work on the things they need to work on to make it happen. So we get the fight lopsided like that. That was an 11-1, 11-1 performance last night. And the only one was because he gave it the round up.
Right.
That was a clean fucking sweep, man. Come
He
on,
gave that
man.
one. Yeah. Yeah, he did.
T.O. Dad, I think he's funny, but he's horrible as a coach.
Mm.
Horrible. And
Talk to
I'm
me.
sorry, because I shouldn't be saying that. I'm gonna keep it real. I shouldn't be saying that because I'm a coach myself. And we have bad nights. Everybody that's a coach, they know you're gonna have bad nights. You're gonna have good nights and you're gonna have bad nights. But he's horrible, bro. He's horrible. Because there was no way, shape, or form, the shit that y'all be working on in the gym, you thought that shit was gonna manifest in the ring. You thought that shit was gonna come. Fuck no. Fuck no. That shit was horrible, bro.
It was. It definitely was. I mean, that type of performance for Shakur Stevenson. I mean, where do you put him in the pound for pound? And does he look like do we have to put a little bit more respect on his name because of the type of performance, making another fighter look ordinary?
We already know what he can do. If y'all want to put him in a pound for pound, go ahead. I don't have a pound for pound list. I don't go off that because it'd be little shit like I need to see little shit. Do I think Shakur is one of the best in the world? Hell yeah, he is. I think he one of the best in the world. But all the pound for pound lists and who's where and who at number what, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I want to see great fights, man. Match these motherfuckers up, man. Let's get this shit going, man. The big shit, not the bullshit, not the shit like, oh, he hasn't fought in a year, but 2 years, but he's worthy because he gave this one a tough fight. And no, 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 no. Put the best motherfucking fighters in the world right now. Put them in the ring with each other. Let's get it.
Um, you tell me. I mean, obviously, Oshaki Foster had lots to say before this fight. Do you feel like Oshaki can do something that Tia wasn't able to do?
Listen, Oshaki just had a beautiful performance against Cool Boy Fulton, right?
That's right.
Oshaki been holding on to them straps for a little bit. He just grabbed another, right? He say he got the shit for Shakur. At the same time, he is one of the best in the world right now, just at a weight class under. Well, really two weight classes now because Shakur just stamped himself at 140. So, however they got to figure that shit out, figure it the fuck out and make the fight happen. I think it's a great fight. Make it happen because there's things that Oshaki understand about boxing that Tio don't. But Tio is a talent because Tio is gifted in other ways. It's just up against an elite student. That shit ain't looking too good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what the Regis said too. He said that Shaki he's special, and he sparred Shaki, he sparred Shakur. He liked Shaki in the fight, and we seen the back and forth, and we seen Shakur say, I'm gonna starve you. They used to be friends. I'm gonna starve you, and you know what? You're gonna have to fight, Ray Savage. I mean, that's how they're kind of like, putting this all together. I mean, what's your feelings on that?
Man, listen, Ray Savage is one of the best too. It's just that Ray Savage, see, when you see a career like Ray Savage, it's not because of what he can't do in the ring. It's because the selling point. How can we sell Ray Savage? If you ever met Ray Savage real laid back. He don't got too much rap, real nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got too much for you. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I like to fight. I'm from Camden. That's it. He not trying to give you nothing. He just want to fight. So we not seeing Ray Savage get pushed like he should be. But Ray Savage is one of the best too.
Okay, okay, I like it though. This cards that just passed by, did these fighters prove anything to you? Did you learn anything from any of these fighters? Everything that you've seen, you already knew.
I learned that when they focus, man, are completely dominant. When they focus,
Okay.
we when you all right. When you see a guy make a guy look like nothing, or anything that other guy tries, he's not able to get it off.
Yeah.
That means you're leagues above him, mentally and physically. When there's nothing a guy can do, I'm gonna tell you the difference. Castro and Shushu was a great fight. You know why? Castro had something for Shushu. He just couldn't keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
You understand the difference?
Yeah.
When he caught Shushu, when he punched Shushu and hurt Shushu a little
Yeah.
bit, they had some exchanges where Castro was landing some good shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Shushu was just so determined. He had to get that win. He had to get that win. He was in his city. He couldn't let that go. So he was so determined. He was so determined to get that win. You know what I'm saying? So it just was a great fight. And plus, Shushu ain't never been in there on that level. That was the best Shushu has faced. Now, Shakur and Keyshawn are such great talents. Is going to take great fights. Anybody else is going to look just like that. Anybody else is going to just look like that. If they don't have that, if they don't have the power, the speed, the conditioning, the mental aspect to keep up with those guys, those fights are going to look just like that. Just like what we just saw. They are elite guys. I'm giving them their credit. I don't want to hear no, I'm hating shit. No, I'm giving them their credit. They are elite guys. But we need to see them in the ring with elite guys. No, we can't. They too dominant. They too dominant mentally and physically. I understand you gotta fight who's there. I do understand that. Cause we watching Boots go through that right now. We thought he was gonna get Virgil right away because they was talking that shit. You see what's going on. If you can't see what's going on, all right, I understand. You ain't trying to see it. But you see it with Keyshawn and Shakur. They
Right.
very dominant. You know what I mean? So we gonna need some dominant stuff. All that shit they be talking. Oh, that guy don't sell. That all of that is bullshit. You gotta fight the Gary Antoine Russells. You gotta fight Africa. You gotta fight these guys because they are the other guys who hold the powers. Everybody got a superpower, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't get to display it. Everybody don't get to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? These are the other guys that's putting it out there. You gotta fight those guys. Lamont Roach, you gotta fight Lamont Roach. Because Lamont Roach is going to give you elite boxing. He's going to give you top tier shit to test yourself. We need to see it. We
Yeah.
need to see it. They too good. They too good at what they do. I'm being honest. And you surrounding yourself with everything good. You got the best food, the best strength and conditioning, the best facilities, the best sparring partners. Come on. Let's get it fucking popping. Boxing needs to stop bullshitting and let's get it going. All of trying to save guys and make this one look great because he's still undefeated. Fuck that. If you one of the best, if you in the top 5, top 10, whatever, get him in the fucking ring, man. Let's go. We need to start really finding out who's the best guys and get them in the ring.
Yo, G, I need to get your thoughts on this though. Conor Ben goes into the ring after Shakur wins. Shakur keeps talking about this rehydration clause. Conor Ben saying no. Um, then he keeps saying, I want the same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. When you hear these words, right, from Shakur, and obviously Conor Benning probably not in his level at all, but in the same time, he's looking for that smoke, but also wanting that rehydration clause. Do you feel like he should go out his way to like try to fight these guys at their best, or I don't know? I mean, what do you think? This guy Conor Ben selling at home like crazy.
Listen, Shakur wanting that fight, I understand why. That's a big fight. Kind of been they sell a lot of tickets, and if Shakur was to go over there, that shit would be crazy, right? But it is fair for Shakur to say, "Hold on, if we fight, I think it should be some type of rehydration clause because you just did that to somebody. You just did that to a 160 pounder. I'm a 140 pounder. So if I come up to fight you at 47, I need something. I'm already fighting you in your hood. You know what I'm saying? You already bigger than me. It's just that Shakur is way better than Conor Ben when it comes to ability and skills. I just need this one thing. So I think it's fair to put a rehydration on Conor Ben. I don't think it's fair to put a rehydration on Devin. Devin never fought at 160 pounds. You understand what I'm trying to say? Conor Ben showed he's a bigger man. He could clearly a bigger man. He went in there and fought a fucking middleweight, put him on rehydration clause and lost and then won. You know what I'm saying? So hold on.
But I'm not that middleweight is not elite. Chris Eubank is not an elite fighter.
Listen, you can say that. You never been in the ring with him.
That's cool. You know what I mean? But you haven't been a world champion. You know what I mean? You're
You
selling
saying he not
you
you
selling
saying he not
tickets.
elite. You saying he not elite.
Absolutely not.
You saying he not elite. Why not though?
Because he's
Why
not
isn't he
fighting
elite?
nobody at the top at 160. He's doing his own little thing. Playing fairy tale
Eh,
at his own country. He ain't fighting nobody elite,
But
Greg.
this is the thing. But he's still 160 pounds. He's still a big guy.
That's why you want to take advantage of a guy that doesn't have the knowledge you do. He has the size. That's it.
So what you think Shakur doing?
He picking on a guy that doesn't have the knowledge. But Conor Ben is not 160. We all know he ain't 160.
Yeah,
He
but
fought a
but
guy just because the guy wasn't as good as him at
no,
160.
no, no. I hear what you're trying to say. This is what trumps that point. He still did it. He
Right.
still did it. You
Right.
still went in there and fought a guy at 160. Shakur never fought anybody at 160. He never fought anybody at 54. He never fought anybody at 47. And we just now saw him at 40. You understand what I'm saying?
But nobody, G, you would beat Jake Paul right now. Nobody would give you credit for it.
Nah, they would have to give me credit. Know why? I'll be 40 years old this year.
You know how
I'm an old
boxing is.
man.
You know how
And guess
boxing
what?
is.
I'm only 5'6". Jake Paul a lot bigger than me.
Right,
You're
but
a lot bigger.
he's
You have to give me
but not
credit.
as
And I don't
talented.
give a fuck if you gave me credit or not. Just give me my check. Make sure I get paid.
For sure.
I don't give a fuck if you give me credit.
Right, but you want to see Shakur fight the best, and fighting Conor Ben is definitely not that.
Listen, it wasn't my fight that you asked me a question. I didn't pick that fight.
Right.
I don't care if he fight Conor Ben. I don't really care. If he
Yeah.
fight him, good for him though,
Yeah.
because he gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah. The Conor Ben
If
and Eubank, that was just a family rivalry. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
wasn't the
and that
elites fighting the elites.
but the thing is, they still big guys. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
A linebacker is a linebacker for a reason. A strong safety is a strong safety for a reason. A cornerback is a cornerback for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They can't. If you can't have a cornerback going head at a fucking running back from off the line. It ain't gonna be the same power.
But then, right, so we know Devin Haney is elite. So if you got to go and match his weight,
Bud didn't need
it's
a
more
weight clause to
competition.
fight Canelo. Can't call a motherfucker out then ask for a clause. Greg, man. If Conor Ben was able to put Eubank on a rehydration clause, how come Shakur can't? If Shakur
It's
is
different
taking the,
people.
listen to me. If Shakur is taking the risk and fighting him in the UK, you
Okay.
got to give. Listen to what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about business now. You got to give him something. I'm not saying you got to give him all the money. I'm not saying you got to fight him on American soil because I know he want to go over there. But if I come over there, the only one thing that I want is the rehydration clause. That's the only thing I want.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
I
remember,
don't want nothing else.
Ben and Eubank, they fought, the first time, and it was a lot closer. What Chris Eubank won, I believe, right? So
Hey yo, hey, never
yeah,
mind. I ain't gonna get caught up. No. I just see people commenting shit and they saying shit I know they wouldn't say to my face, but it's cool. I'm tripping. I'm tripping for even, you know what I mean? Because
yeah,
we talking about people that's in the house playing with their ass. It's cool. My bad.
nasty work. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So no, the reason why, because you're saying that, you know, you're not gonna, you shouldn't do it with Devin, but Devin's in a real elite fighter. Like we know that. You know what I mean? So to get Devin, out of his comfort zone, you don't get the credit. Shakur not gonna get the credit. I don't even think if Shakur will get the credit for Conor Ben. I just think he'll get the paper, and everyone will be like, cool. You know?
Yeah, but it's an attempt at going up in weight and fighting a guy, you know what I'm saying? Naturally bigger and he is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Everybody everybody's dangerous in this game. You know what I'm saying? But when you're going up and you're giving a guy so much, what's the word I'm looking for? You already
Praise,
giving up, huh?
praise,
No. You giving him so much already as far as negotiating
advantages.
about advantages by fighting him in the UK and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You giving away a lot.
Yeah.
All I'm asking for is a rehydration clause. Now, if he don't give it to you, fuck the fight. Fuck the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody brought up Bud. Shakur not Bud. You know what I'm saying? He not Bud. Great fighter, but he not Bud. Bud is a different dude mentally. Bud is a different dude. And guess what? Bud, if we're gonna be real about Bud and Canelo, Bud caught Canelo at the right time. And Bud was in the right place of his career. So timing is everything. Of course, Bud not gonna argue about weight and all that at that point in his career. He don't have the ground to stand on. But one thing he do got, I'm a rumbling motherfucker.
And you don't like the fact that Shakur wants a rehydration on Haney. You were saying earlier.
I don't like it on Haney because they the same size. They the same fucking size. Haney only fought at 47 two times.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, even though they say the one fight wasn't at 47, yes, it was. Because anything over 40 is 47. You
So
understand?
So what do you think? What do you think the fuss is about when it comes down to Shakur?
Because they know what Shakur can do. They know what Shakur can do, and Shakur know what he can do if he got a normal sized guy in there. If he not at his 100% 100% best with the rehydration. You heard what Conor Ben told him. Conor Ben said, "You wouldn't be able to keep me off of you."
Yeah,
You heard what he said.
right.
Now that might be true if I don't get the rehydration clause. This motherfucker might be a different type of strong. Because what people forgetting is them fucking 8 ounce gloves. Them Jones ain't no joke. They ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts. Um, the Connor fight makes him a star. What you think? Do you think that makes Shakur Stevenson a star?
Shakur already a star. The
Mm,
thing is, the Conor Ben fight gives him different fan base. So yeah, if you want to say that, yeah, that's fine.
more of an
Gives him,
international fan base, right?
yeah, you get into the international game. Hey, Mill City, man, you got 1,206 people in here, man.
Yo, man, we got 1,200 people on the live, 263 likes. What do you think, man, Greg? What do you think about the ratio on this, man?
I think motherfuckers is bullshit, and I think they taking advantage.
Damn,
That's what I
man.
think.
Hit the like button. Double tap the screen, man. This is nasty work. Andre Jones, thank you for the two-piece. Shakur, Ben, Duck, and Haney. I believe Haney wins. You think so?
I believe it's a great fight. I need to see it.
Yeah.
It's one of the best fights. It's one of the best fights in boxing right now. I need to see it.
Mm-hmm. Um, Obviously some news happened on the weigh-ins. Never got your thought on it. The Haney team, jumping Tiger Johnson in the weigh-ins. I mean,
Yeah,
what's your reaction to that?
that was some bullshit on both ends. Tiger Johnson got to learn how to ignore shit, but I understand what it's like when you got a little light skinned motherfucker talking shit to you and he not really like that. He a kid, and then it just spilled over. It got too crazy. It got too crazy. I thought it was foolish on both ends, and that's why I don't really, you know what I mean? Cause just my luck, I'm going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that shit was overall, it was corny. It was funny, it was entertaining, but it was corny on both sides. Not just Tiger. I mean, not just Haney side, on Tiger's side too. Tiger should have just kept his cool. Tiger knew who he is. You know what I'm saying? Tiger got to really start paying attention to who he is and what he capable of and why people feel threatened. You know what I mean? No need to get like that. At the same time, Haney's it's 20 of y'all and y'all trying to jump this bull. If it's 20 dudes, if it's 20 of my homies, not 20, let's say six. If it's six of my homies and we jump in one guy and that guy don't go to the hospital, y'all should be ashamed.
Mm,
You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
don't even get it. You know what I mean? Them dudes is Bill got to talk to them young boys, man. You got to get them young boys under control because they going to get somebody hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's too much. That was too much. You know what I mean? But I'm calling both sides foolish. You know what I mean? They should know better. I don't really, that's why I don't really pop out all the time because it's little shit like that I'm not going for. Some shit like that I'm not able to keep my cool like y'all going to jump me? Like, oh, all right. I see what's going on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
It's a
Um,
different ball game.
no, for sure. For sure. Madison Square Garden says anybody involved will be excluded, will not be back in, not be let back in to the building. And we got to hear that Devin Haney was going to be part of the broadcast. Was that something that you was looking forward to? And do you feel like, I mean, he put a post saying that a picture on his Instagram saying, I'm gonna turn myself in. Don't know if it was true or not, or anything in that sort. But I mean, what you think about Haney? Were you looking forward to Haney being in the broadcast for that fight?
They fucked up some money for Haney. I know Haney don't care at this point, but he was venturing into a different lane. You know what I mean? Where he could possibly be a commentator one day after his career, or even in between fights. I thought that was great for him. They fucked that up for him.
Yeah, yeah, like how Sean Porter, he was a commentator and he was fighting in the same time. You're 100%. You're
Exactly,
100% on that.
exactly. So now it's like we can't have Haney because Haney might bring the thugs with him.
Right, right.
I'm talking about the business. This is what the business is saying now. Well, if you bring Haney, you know he rolls with the Foot Clan. You know he might bring. You know, I mean, so they fuck some bread up.
Yeah, that was definitely different. Not gonna lie, it was definitely different. But it is what it is. Now, what do you think for Tiger Johnson and Haney? What do you think the next step is for them? You know,
Tiger Johnson, I mean, you know, he should push for that fight. He should push for that fight because you know that's his only way of being able to really get back.
hmm
It's gonna be hard to get back on some street shit. So leave the street shit alone. Try to get the fight.
hmm William Lane, thank you for the 5 piece. Ask Greg why he thinks Shakur turned down the fighting Dev for undisputed. Keep it 100.
Cause he knows that's a great fight. He knows Dev has something for him. But he got something for Dev. It's a great fight. He know he could possibly lose to Dev. There's things that Dev understand about boxing that Shakur understand, and he wouldn't be able to just take full advantage of Devin Haney. You know what I mean? They both got an education. That's what I'm saying. This shit comes down to education. That's why Floyd and them used to yell, "Skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills." You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in the gym working on your skills package. A lot of these dudes ain't working like they think they working. You know what I'm saying? They in the gym, they sweating. You know what I mean? They're working hard, but the information that's being transferred to them is bullshit information and it's showing in the fights. But who am I?
Armsy, thank you for the 5 piece. Why everybody want to see Shakur and Devin when Keyshawn called him out?
All of those is great fights. I want to see them all. I don't give a fuck. Hey, Mill City, I'm about to go fuck with this ice, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate your time, man.
All right, get with me.
You already know, man. Salute,
Yep.
salute. Oh, got another super chat here. Terrence, hydration was lame. When Tank did it, is something else.
I
Yeah,
did I say that?
no, they're just referring to like the other fighters talk about rehydration clauses when it comes down to fighting Tank, and nobody was with it. You know, nobody was with that.
Tank is 5'5", so you know what I mean. I understand. You know what I mean, but you know we gonna see.
Big facts, big facts. Once again, G, really appreciate your time, man. Always make sure you smash the like button. Also, go out your way, subscribe to GHBTV on
Absolutely.
YouTube. Most likely be doing the smoke show today, right?
Yeah, you already know we doing Sunday dinner and smoke show. We gonna get it popping.
Well, you already, man. Um, Last minute words for the people that are here
Hey
watching.
man, stay focused and pay attention to the game, man. If you don't know something, ask questions. You know what I mean? Just pay attention though. Stop thinking you know everything. A lot of fans to be out here just saying crazy shit. Pay attention to what's going on. Appreciate the love and support. Mill City, get with me.
You already, man. We're gonna be watching some Zoot for boxing tonight. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Let's get the call-ins ready to go. We got over what 1,000 people on here. Let's get the call-ins. Let's see what everybody got to say. The people that are talking crazy, please, please, please jump on the live. Speak your mind, man. It's free, you know. And if you got something to say, instead of leaving it in the comments, how about we chop it up live? All right. So once again, guys, I'm live on Instagram right now. You guys can we using the Instagram live as a call-in. So if you guys go out your way and go to Mill City Boxing on Instagram Live and call in. We're going to be talking about the reactions of all the fights that happened yesterday. So let's start it right now. Salute to everybody on the live from Instagram to YouTube. Once again, we got a 1,000 people watching on YouTube right now. So salute to everybody that is out here showing the love. Shout out to Rel in the building. I see Rel in the building. I see a lot of people trying to tap in and talk about what happened last night. We got Coach Rel in the building. What's going on, Coach? What's up, Rel? How we doing, Rel? What's going on, Pete?
Doing good.
Talk to me, Rel. What's your reaction on the fight, man? What's your reaction on Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez?
Uh, he beat Tio like he was the slave. Like Tio was the slave.
Diablo. He said he whooped Teal like if Teal was the slave. This is nasty work.
And guess what? He made him apologize about the slavery shit. Now I'm saying that was a win all in one. That was a triple win last night. But Shakur amazing man. He was locked in. He was focused. Yeah. Give me any fighter that's locked in and focused like that, and I'm gonna do wonders with him.
Mm. Mm. What's your thoughts on Keyshawn's fight?
Keyshawn look great, man. I told you he was gonna stop Jermaine. Oh, he never been stopped. We got a different guy in there, man. He welcome back. Too prior, but Jermaine Ortiz a dog. You know what I'm saying? I think they should have given him an opportunity, but what if that man would have got hurt with 12 seconds left? It's an opportunity that one punch in 2 seconds can damage or change anybody's life. And you don't want to see that happen in boxing. So that was a good shot. But he wasn't winning. He wasn't winning at all. It was nothing he could do to win. So get him out of here.
Fair to say. Fair to say. Pete, talk to me, man. What's your reaction on? Oh, wait a minute, Rel. What you think about Shushu beating Carlos
Man,
Castro?
Shushu look amazing. Shushu stayed composed even when times got rough in there, and he came back into this thing. And and that's what you want to see out of a fighter. Stay locked in. You know the chance at hand, and everything ain't gonna go your way all the time. But if you stay locked in, you know you got 12 rounds, 36 minutes to get the job done, and he done that.
What's your reaction on Big Baby Miller's toupee popping up? It was talking in the fight. Legendary, legendary stuff right there.
That's the first time I've ever seen that. That was that was the funniest shit for a long, long time, bro. And nobody never gonna forget that. Never, bro. Ever. That shit crazy. What made him do that? I wanna know what made him do that.
Nah, the way it was propped up when he got punched, I said, "What the hell was that?"
Yo.
You know that when you first see the first pop, if you were doing a live stream, you didn't even know what to say. You were just like,
I thought something exploded.
"Hey yo."
I thought his brain was coming out of his head.
You know what doesn't you know what doesn't help? That area don't get sun.
No son.
So that shit's like is thank God he kept it in the inside with his head on the homie's chest because god damn.
You said tendonism.
Hey, the thing is, he got a legendary moment and a win. That's 2 for 1, bro. You can't beat that.
First thing I said was like, you have to rip that off in the next round, and he did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's gotta come out. He should have just he kept it straight ball. Fuck it, it's already going.
yeah, cause some fighters got to deal with like cutting their hair right in the middle of the fight. You know what I mean? So when I seen that shit popping, there's no way you keeping that joint on. There's no way.
Nah. All I know is this is what I want to know. Where is Punch Boxing and HLD at?
Who I already sent it. I already sent it.
Listen, HLD owe me 25 push-ups. He owe me 25.
HLD, if you're watching right now, the chat is on your ass right now.
You know he watched. Oh yeah. Is this your king?
Yeah. Hey, Mill, what's his name, Mill?
HL dickhead. Oh
What I
man.
said, what I said yesterday, Mill City, when we was talking, I said it's gonna look easy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I said he's gonna outclass him. I said it's gonna look easy, and I said he was gonna get frustrated just like Canelo got frustrated. Canelo when he hit them gloves together, like we seen some of that on T.O. last night. He was trying to pick bro up. He was trying to headbutt. He was trying to tackle. It's like goddamn, bro. We playing football.
Let me tell you, real shit. I've been in 3 Shakur camp, 3, right? And he knew the magnitude of a fight he was in. He was so fucking locked in, bro. Like, yo, I never seen him except for gym time.
Yeah.
And he was not playing, man. And that's the if anybody had a little bit of that 1% of that focus, they can take you to bigger and better things. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
You can see that his skill and his experience and his God's gifted ability was something that took him over the hump. But man, that condition was something else, man.
That jab was everything last night. That jab.
But that's what I said. That's what I said. The jab, he don't get enough credit for his jab. The kid don't get enough credit for his jab.
I didn't give him. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't giving him credit, but last night he made me a believer.
Think about it. He's a right-handed going southpaw, and he has great timing on his right hand. And so it's gonna be a stiff. It's a stiff shot.
Yo, I made you a believer last night, man. Stop playing.
Who?
Rev, as soon as I see you, Rev, I was looking at you last night on the screen. I said, Rev did it. I said, Rev did that shit. I know he about to pop that shit tomorrow.
It looked bad. It looked bad for Tio in there yesterday, for sure. I think people are gonna want to fight Tio now. People are all gonna want to fight Tio now.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this. Now, who do you think won between Sandoro Martin and Tio now?
I mean, that's old news. We already knew that. That's old news.
But it's just the point. T.O. is damaged goods. It's fucking over. Get your dad out the corner. You heard what his dad said. Where's the power at? Where's your fucking power? Hit him, man. Hit him.
That was crazy.
This is the second time I watched a boxer and a fighter, a son and a father, not connect. Remember, Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr. Now T.O. Jr. and T.O. Sr. going at it in the corner. That's not good. If your daddy telling you to throw them shits, throw them.
Well, I think he didn't have no instructions though. He's not telling him to throw the jab. He's not telling him to go to the body. He's not giving no instructions.
Yeah, he's not giving good instructions.
He's doing a lot of hype.
T.O. kept doing this. You know? What the hell is this you're trying to block? And all this, your chest is wide open. That's all I see Shakur. Are you gonna leave that open? Ping, ping, ping. I'm like, tag his shit up.
Hold on. As your coach, right? And I'm in the corner. What kind of instruction do the fuck you give a guy like that?
You can't. You can't give
shit. The dad was saying. The dad was saying with everything he's in. Let the fucking hands go. Go to your hands. Do something.
He wanted him to go through Shakur's punches. Like he's like, he don't hit hard. I'm like,
Yo, so listen. One thing I do know about that, right, is if a person got a good jab or a good hook or a good anything, good right hand, every time they unleash that right hand or anything, you have to give me something off of it.
Gotta give me something back.
If they landed or not, you gotta give me something back. Because you know what that's gonna do? That's gonna play with their mind.
Damn right.
Damn, I keep it on the punch, and he's coming right back. So now they're gonna second guess that punch.
Hell yeah.
you know what I liked about that rail? Like going in with the Castro and Shushu, they were both exchanging right hands together, man. It was, and you had to really see who was tougher. They couldn't really find their best timing until Shushu was able to find the best combination at the end. But
because he was like, let me test it out. You see how he kept swinging that right, and he's like, all right. I'm like, don't keep this shit covered and come with that.
you think you think he was rolling the shoulder a little too much? That's why he was getting caught with Castro's right hand. He rolled like too much, right? It had to be a short one.
Too much, and I'm like, stop rolling and keep your guard up, man.
I think he was fighting on the back. he was fighting on the back foot a little too much early. Yeah. I think he was trying to be too defensive early, and then he was just like, "Fuck it, I got to step to this nigga." Like,
But Castro's punching. Castro had 14 KOs.
He was punching. Nah, for sure.
That fatigue
Nah, for
kicked
sure.
in.
And that's what I was saying when I was watching.
You see how he sat down Fulton.
Yep.
Nah, for sure. Nah, that's fact.
Yeah,
nah, for sure.
but I knew Shushu was going to kill him from that fight.
Yeah.
Because he ain't finished his food against Fulton. Remember, he ain't finished his food. You knocked him down, you ain't finished your food.
Right.
You think Shushu's about to play with his food? Hell no.
Exactly what he said.
Shushu got a lot of game though. Shushu got a lot of game. He do a lot of like if he throws something lazy, it's because he wants to trap you into another shot. It'd be real nice work from Shushu.
Yeah. I did like how Bruce added, like how you said, Milton, he added on all night. Like you could see, like he went from like I'm gonna throw a 2-punch combo to a 3-punch combo to when he finally caught his ass, it was a 5-punch. There was nothing that Mo could do.
Homie was out. He was out on his feet.
Everybody was talking about, even the commentators that pissed me off like that. Oh, Shushu's looking for a knockout. No, he's going for the body, then he's working up. He's slowing him down, and look what happened.
I couldn't even believe that the referee was counting. No bullshit.
You can't even pay them commentators no mind. I don't know.
I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Motherfuckers need to just put their TV on mute and watch the fight.
Yeah, because it's just a lot of shit they were saying last night.
So the zone commentators is ass, bro. Sergio Mora is a fucking bum.
Hey, and yo, he's the best one they got too.
Yo, he was a bum in boxing.
Damn, bro.
It was a fucking contender series winner, bro. No, nobody knew him until he won a contender, bro.
Exactly, and that's how long ago?
You a contender ass boxer, bro.
I was a kid when you was in contender boxing. Like,
Sergio Mora's ass.
Just ass kissing.
Yo, what do you guys think about Shakur not going to the post press conference?
Shakur?
I mean, my bad, Teo. Sorry about that. Teo.
Embarrassment. I don't want to go up there and say shit to nobody. I got my ass whooped. I was popping all that shit, talking crazy.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
You took nah. Stop that. The way in the weigh-ins, he took his sweet time. How you not gonna go to the post press conference?
I mean, that's character though. That's character.
You get a thorough ass whooping, and it
he said everything he needed to say. I'm sorry about the slavery. Good luck to your ancestors.
Miller out. We gave us a humble pie last night.
Yes, yeah. And that's all we needed as being black guys.
Thanks. Whoop the apology out of there.
Whoop this shit, damn right.
Whoop the apology out of there.
Whooped him so bad, made him just say some shit.
Now, tell me, Rel, do you feel like obviously Shakur's jab was on the money? It dictated the fight. He obviously messed up Teo's face with the jab, but in the same time, do you feel like he should have put some more combinations together to try to show more dominancy in the fight versus being, selective with his shots?
Listen. The jab is the most important punch in boxing. It's offense, it's defense.
But he's looking at his work in the same time, bro. He's landing.
So listen, I told Khalil when he booked a lady, bro, I'm tired of coming up and down these steps. Give me another fucking shot behind the jab, and we'll be out of here. Know what I'm saying? If you land the jab a million times, you can land anything after that shit. Know what I'm saying? So give me something else after it. But, some people want to have fun. Some people want to take their time. And Shakur's one of them fighters. He ain't going to rush nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, you know what shot? You know what shot didn't land that I thought that was gonna land the most? With Keyshawn and Shakur, the way Jermaine and Teal get frustrated and leap in, they're that kryptonite of an uppercut is bad news. You know what I mean? I didn't see enough uppercuts being thrown, and you know, bro, when you throw the uppercut is when you're most vulnerable to get hit after.
Mm-hmm.
Why you think he wasn't able to put them more together, the shots together, and really try to possibly stop Teal? Because a lot of people seen a stoppage. It was getting bad. He Teofimo Lopez switched to southpaw for no reason, and I think that maybe the reason was his eye was getting so black and blue, and he barely could see and bleeding. Maybe he wanted to show another vision, another visual. I don't know, but going southpaw didn't do anything for him.
And his dad telling him, like, yo, you're fucked up right now. Do something. Like, he's busted your shit right here. Do something. Show me something.
Right. Yeah, but I think I think Shakur got a lot of Bud in him, bro. And then y'all know Bud love Dragon Ball Z. Bud love Goku. Goku had a lot of times he could have fucked over Frieza and Vegeta, and you know what I'm saying. He spared him. I think we seen some of that from Shakur. I think Shakur could have got the stopping foot. It's a win. We got out of here. We out of here. We got to win. We on to the next.
No matter what it is.
So I think.
Remember, Canelo can't do nothing with, like I said to Mills multiple times. The jab in a fight makes a fighter reset. Every time somebody come in, you jab, it makes them reset. They don't know what to do.
I'm gonna be real. I see more Bud and Keyshawn.
Oh hell yeah!
Now I will say, like, when it comes just to the not giving a fuck all the way, Keyshawn got a lot more not giving a fuck. Mm-hmm. Like I could see Keyshawn. If it was somebody in his, if there's somebody in his corner be like, hey, bro, we want to get out of here. Keyshawn just might in his mind be like, shit, I'm gonna get him out of here. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Keyshawn commits to his combinations as well, like Bud does.
But last night when Jermaine hit him in the chin and he looked at him and laughed, and I said, oh yeah, it's over. This shit's over. Yeah, I said, when he came back like this and Keyshawn was like, ha, boom, boom, boom. I said, yeah, it's a long night. It's a long night.
Keyshawn like to fight, bro. I would say
that's what I say.
Like
Jermaine tried to do all that tried to do all that getting the fire fuel, but when he felt that right hand that time, that's what made him do all that running around, doing all this. You're trying to get him off rhythm. Keyshawn like, nigga, you're not getting me off rhythm. Come on. I see a distress. You're panicking. Keep panicking for me. Keep panicking. I'm just trying to show you what it is.
Kevin Walsh in the building. What's going on, Kevo?
What's the word, fellas? How we doing?
You tell me, how are you doing?
Yeah, tell me, man.
Beautiful night. Good night of boxing, man. Good night of boxing, man. Hats off to Stevenson, Shakur. He fought a hell of a fight, man. Defensive fucking machine, bro. He wasn't even letting T.O. touch his ass, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely hats off to Shakur. He's a beast. You know what I'm saying? I already knew he was a beast. You know what I'm saying? I've been a fan of T.O. forever. You know what I'm saying? So
your man was drunk last night.
Being a little biased, but yeah, he got his ass whooped.
He drunk last night. He had the bottle of vodka last night, and then it didn't come back ever since.
His dad was probably drunk in the corner too.
No bullshit.
I want to say around 8 when Tio got that one round, his dad tried to jump off. Yeah. I said, yeah, he's drunk. He's drunk right now. Going through it. He don't know what to do. That's a distraction signal.
Yeah, that was crazy work, man. But yeah, shout out to Shakur, man. He did his thing. And man, shout out to Keyshawn too, man. He did his thing, man. I've been a fan of Keyshawn, but last night he definitely he definitely put himself on a pedestal, putting that boy down like that, man. First one to stop Jermaine Ortiz. Man, big statement by Keyshawn, man. Big statement for sure.
Hell yeah.
Big statement. Pete, you got any more things to cook on so I can add some more people in?
My boy Shushu did a good job. Now we just need to go see Nick Ball. Everybody else with them belts, stop ducking. Let's get him going. Good to see y'all.
Respect. See y'all.
Always holla at y'all.
My guy Pete in the building. Salute, salute. Yeah, man, it was tough. It was tough to see Jermaine Ortiz, man.
It was, man. It was
Oof.
tough to see, man.
I don't know if he should have went in southpaw either, bro. When he comes in orthodox, his jab he shoots it nice. It's fully extended. When he goes southpaw, he don't look like he's so comfortable when it comes down to throwing the shots. Foot placement, he's great. As far as committing to those shots as on southpaw, not so much.
Right, right, right. He wasn't. I felt like he wasn't committing enough. Exactly, he wasn't committing to those shots.
I'm gonna be honest to you. I'm a big Teal fan, huge. I'm Honduran myself, so I'm like, I was going off for Teal, you know. But you got to give your hats out to Shakur. The last two fights, he came in and has not been boring like people say he is. He hasn't been. He has been in the pocket and he has been fighting with his jab and going at it. If he has to go on a war, I saw that with Teal. He tried to do the war thing in like the 8th or 9th round when Teal tried to catch up, and Teal backed up severely after knowing that wasn't going to happen.
For sure.
So is Shakur really the next Floyd? I don't know, but he's close to it. He's close to it. It's the closest thing we've seen
Yeah.
since Floyd.
Yeah. I agree. He's definitely the our modern day Floyd Mayweather. But if you listen to Shakur, he's gonna say, no, I'm the modern day Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah,
And
that's the good part.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the
definitely.
good part about it. Now, will he stay at 140 or go down to 135? I
Right.
think he should stay at 140. I think
All I
he could
gotta
beat
say
all the
is
champions.
that man Kevin Walsh, man, he coming for him. He coming for Shoot. He coming for Nick Ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming for all of them. So and stay tuned. March 20th, I got some big fight news coming. And yeah, we going to Ireland and we going put in some work. I'm going 20-0. I'm on my way to the gym right now, so yeah, just wanted to chop it up real quick. But I gotta get out of here, my guys.
I love it, man. Kevin, we'll touch base on your next fight coming up soon. Appreciate you.
You already know. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right,
All
brother.
right, man. Be safe.
What's going on, man? What's going on? Talk to me.
Man, I'm still in shock.
Oh yeah?
I'm still in shock, boss. Like I just can't believe Shakur did, bro. His dominance in that ring showed that he can actually withstand with all the elites. Not only because he came up one weight class, but at 135 he had no more competition. So now that he beat the best fighter at 140, now he can prove himself of being that guy. Because not only did he go up, like I said, one weight class, but all of this Richardson Hitchens and man, this champions can't beat Shakur. That 140, Shakur was the only one that probably could, and not even close.
I mean, there's good fights to see though. Like the Richardson Hitchens is a good fight to see. Antoine Russell's a good fight to see. I mean, they might even give Shakur more problems than Teo. Clearly, Teo didn't oppose no problems in the fight. You know what I
Nothing.
mean?
I want
Like
to
at
ask you
all.
something. I want to see what you think of this. His corner.
Wow. Teal's corner.
Did it have a lot to do with this
Of
outcome?
course, of course. You're a fighter. You're trying to receive some answers, some instructions and guidance, and you're not getting much out of his dad. It's more like um cheering him on, cheerleader type of deal, a motivational speaker, not necessarily, giving him, the keys to victory. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was doubting Shakur completely, saying that, man, go right through him. He don't got power. These are just things that as a coach you don't say to a fighter. You know what I mean? You gotta really find the plan. Plan A, plan B, plan C. I feel like there was none of those plans really.
There was only one plan, and they stuck to it until the end, which is horrible. His dad literally told, man, I like Senior. I've had a few conversations with Senior before. He's cool,
Hmm.
but there's levels, bro. When you reach a certain level, you gotta just let go. I know you love your dad. I know that you guys came far. He helped you a lot throughout your career, but there's levels, bro. When you gotta fight some people like this now, you gotta switch it up. Even if your dad could be a trainer, but no, he can't be fully there, bro. Just I just don't see it happening anymore. I think Tio should sit down and really think about this, like really, really analyze what's happening in that ring and everything his dad was telling him in that ring. We all see it. I'm pretty sure he can too. You
Yeah,
know.
a lot of people gave a lot of grief to Brian Norman Senior about him not being in that head role no more. But I feel like if people gonna put that energy because of the loss that he had with Devin Haney, this was clearly a more of an outclass situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you can't even compare the two performances. So we're gonna have to give that same energy to Teofimo Senior when it comes down to possibly being replaced on that head coach position.
I agree, 100%.
Big
One hundred
facts.
percent. Who's the other homie in here?
The real streets kid, what's going on, man? What's on your mind? What's your thoughts on the fight? Matter of fact, we got
I'm gonna be honest
585
though.
people on the live. Make sure you smash the like button, y'all. Double tap the screen if you on mobile devices as well. It don't hurt. It's free. I guarantee it.
I'm gonna be honest with the situation. They went up against a fighter that is like, let's be honest. His dad got him to undisputed. No, it's not easy to beat Lomachenko. You know, they went ahead. His dad went ahead, and they were able to beat Lomachenko. They were the first people to beat Lomachenko, and his dad was the one who did it. Lomachenko was a puzzle that nobody could solve. He went in there and he solved that puzzle. But going forward, after the Lomachenko fight, I believe they needed they needed to grow up as a fighter, as a trainer. But I think they have not had that development. When you look at the fights with Amadin, that was a movement that they should have had a change in the team, and they didn't do it. So now they go up against A-class fighter, and they were exposed on the high level.
You still there?
He might have his windows
Yeah,
open.
I'm here.
Okay. The new caller that just came in, can you roll up your windows, please?
Please can you roll up your window?
I appreciate that. It was just all up on our ears.
Feel you, feel you.
Yeah, we're awful.
Continue, man. Continue.
So like I was saying, like when they won undisputed and then they went on and fought Sandro Martin, that wasn't great. That was the time that changes had to be made. But it's a family thing and it's very, very complicated when it comes to the family thing. If you look at Danny Garcia, he could have made a change after certain fights didn't go his way, but he stuck to it. But Brian Norman Jr. has been able to have the strength to say, okay, Dad, I'm gonna go to that side and
Yeah, you
the
lagging.
something in a fighter's career. It's always a fighter needs a change or something, but when it comes to a family bond, it's very, very, very difficult. And sometimes when you keep it that way and you go up against someone who is really, really, really that good, you're gonna be exposed. And that's what happened yesterday night. It was completely levels to this, and that's what happened. And like you said, they needed to make a change a long time ago. Right now, if they make a change, like what is he gonna do? Is he gonna move to 147, or who's he gonna? He really needs to really look at himself in the mirror and try to figure out what he's gonna do next because there's no easy fight no more. From here going, there ain't no.
Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We got the one and only. Did you miss me?
Yes,
Bernie the
sir.
Boxer in the building, man. Straight from Vegas. We got the Zuffa card coming on tonight.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up with your baby? What's go? Yo, good night of boxing.
I'm still waking up. Oh, great night of boxing, man. Great night of boxing, man. Great night of boxing. What could you ask for? It was a lot of excitement on there. It was an upset on there. There was some good fights last night.
Josh Kelly, Bachram. Did you see the fight? Talk to me.
I didn't see it, but I read the highlights of it, and man, like I said, he did it. He did the thing where he beat the boogeyman. They said Backroom came on late in the fight to make it really close, but he already had dug himself in the hole. They said it was his knockdown. When he got knocked down, it was more like a trip, like an off balance type of thing. But still, obviously, the kid Kelly was having something to keep him off balance, and he give him some trouble, and he's the champion of the world now. The boogeyman is dead.
Man, he said the boogeyman is dead. All right, so listen. Um, Listening to Eddie Hearn saying that, listen, we signed Kelly to fight Boots. What's your thoughts on that matchup? Do you like it?
I didn't never seen Kelly. I had to go back and watch him, but like I say, he beat the boogeyman.
He
And
got
I would,
knocked out by David Avanesian. I don't know if you know that.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what, yeah. So again, Avanesian was decent. You know, um, you know, beforehand, Bud killed him, you know, and ended him effectively. I guess he can't did something else to that, but like I say, Avanesian was a decent fighter, and to get knocked out by Avanesian, I mean, and you were supposed to be an up and comer or something like that, didn't bode well, but you see how he bounced back. So I would just like to see Boots get that be background. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for Boots. I wanted Boots to do it. And not saying that background was easy, but to get that under, you see, I mean, he lost to Kelly, so if he lost to Kelly, you definitely figuring Boots would have got him. So I would just like to see Boots do it. Like I said this before, I would like to see Boots get it, just like with Matias.
And then back in Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas is now the unified champion, unifying the WBO and WBA at 154 pounds. Look real good in there, big. What's your reaction?
I watched that. I said the same thing too, though. He did look like he's feeling out well for the weight. He's boxing a lot more. He's moving a lot more. I don't know if I really like that much. Is it that much, entertaining? I don't think he's going to get no flack for running a lot, and I think he moves a lot. His last couple fights, he's been moving around a lot. Um, I think he's just a good fighter. You know, I think he's a good fighter. I don't know if he's going to be a great fighter, but I think he's a good fighter, and they matched him with a boss who was beatable. And I don't know what they're going to do. Like I say, I think Fedora is the man of the division, but you know, Boots is probably the best in the division. So then you got what's the other kid's name? Virgil Ortiz, who's looking like they really not trying to fight Boots. So I don't know. It's I don't know how Boots going to get this thing done.
And then you also had Charlo calling out Boots not too long ago as well.
Good, good. Boots should take everything.
Is that the meantime between time type of good fight?
I don't think it's I think it's just a good fight. To beat the former champion, the undefeated champion in the weight. He's undefeated pretty much in the weight. He lost to Tony Harrison, but he was the reigning king at 154 pounds, and only stripped because he moved up to fight Canelo. So I think Jamar Cello, he got beat by Canelo, but you know, I wouldn't say he took a beating. He didn't show up in the fight. It don't seem like, and he lost the fight. That was low old news. Charlo ain't been busted up. He ain't been in no real grueling fights. To where you feel like he's washed up. So good fight for Boots. Get the name on your record. Get the experience on your record for your resume and for your own experience. And Boots, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Um, you know, when you look at this fight that just happened in New York City, Madison Square Garden, sold out venue.
Yeah.
You got Big Baby Miller, man, gets popped with a jab, and his toupee gets popped with it. What's your reaction?
Oh, well, that was funny. I was like, what's going on with his hair? And right after that, the stuff started to happen. His hair started to come up. Um, I think that was a bad move. That stuff was gonna come up in your fight. I never know nobody had ever done that, but you would figure you don't want to do that in a fight. You wouldn't want to wear that in a fight where you're gonna be sweating, where you're gonna be, like I say, compromising in situations, mauling, pulling, stuff like that. So I wouldn't have did that. I think he should have just went with the body strength because he looked ridiculous with that line around his head after he took the piece off. It just looked ridiculous. I think he looked ridiculous. Was out of shape. I didn't think he looked well. He didn't perform well. It was a
Three
terrible.
317 pounds he came in.
Yeah, but the way he wore it, it wasn't good. Just wasn't good. I think he has a lot to prove. He's been left a lot to be desired, and he was not in a position to really look like that. I didn't. I thought the fight might have been a draw. He looked ridiculous. Like I say, falling over. His head was always down. It seemed like didn't use an array of skills. Looked at slow. He looked at ridiculous, you know. And I like Baby Miller, but he looked ridiculous, and that just added to the ridiculousness of everything, the stupid hairpiece. But one thing I can say is that making light of yourself takes the sting off. You know, if he'd have been acting embarrassed, then it probably would have made it been a little worse. But him embracing it, you know, made it funny and made it, you know, again, he's a likable guy. But as far as fighter, he looked at ridiculous. He looked at terrible, sloppy. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. If you let that bother you, it could probably take a toll into the fight. But yeah, 100%. Um, Bruce Shushu Carrington knocks out Carlos Castro. What's your reaction?
He didn't start pulling nothing together late. He looked terrible. Shushu Carrington was a good fight. You know, that guy came to fight. He came to win. You know, obviously he only lost to the best fighters, you know, top fighters, and he gave them pretty good fights. I'm guessing. At least Stephen Fulton caught Shushu with a good shot to the equilibrium, rocked him a little bit, catching with the right hands. You know, Shushu just got a couple things to work on. You know, Sergio Moore is a terrible announcer, but some of the things he said was good. Shushu was standing too high. Um, reaching with the right hand all the time. He throwing the right hand. I think he was relying on the right hand too much for me. I would like to see him throw the hook to the body. Actually, when he finished him, he finally threw like a hook to the body and just came up with a whirlwind of punches and knocked the guy out for a spectacular finish. So I got to give him a lot of credit on that. But Shushu, like I say, had been fighting some good guys. And he just need to fight better competition. He just need to work on a couple things. Like I say, it's some definitely some things he can work on in there. But man, way to win, way to look in front of your fans. And again, you know, that guy gave him a fight. So it was an entertaining fight. He had to go through some adversity and he finished spectacularly. So that was amazing. I mean, that highlight, like you said, that's running for a fight of the year, a knockout of the year early candidate. So shout out to Shushu Carrington, man. What a way to win in front of your hometown. What a way to win the title. Man, it was just amazing for him. Like I say, you know, no fights are perfect. Sometimes usually the first time you win a title is always your hardest. You know, so he did great.
What did you learn about Bruce Shushu Carrington in that fight that you didn't know?
I don't think I learned anything new about Shushu Carrington. You know, Shushu was like I said, I think he found out some things for himself. You know, he was able to bounce back from getting, and that was an equilibrium shot. It wasn't a chin shot. So I think he found out a lot about himself, the things he has inside of him. He is a strong character. He's strong-willed, and like I say, he's a world champion now. So shout out to Shushu Carrington, man. Shout out to Pops. I'm happy for Pops. When I seen his Pops with him, I know his Pops. I got to chop it up with them real good. So, you know, I was happy for Pops see his son, you know, just smiling, you know, like man, my boy did it, world champ. And I told you on this last live, you know, Shushu was top amateur, you know, that counts for some. He goes in the Golden Glove. He was 100 and really 126 pounder, but he won the Golden Gloves at 141. You know, so that shows you how talented he is. You know, and man, Shushu, he world champ. He got some good champions to unify with. And so I'm just looking to see Shushu perform again and reach the highest of heights.
How do you think he does with Espinosa? Nick Ball.
Uh, Nick Ball's a fireball. You know, he's coming with the pressure and a lot of punches. I think it's going to be some good fights to get him ready to see where he's at. Because, last night that guy, I was wondering how he would do it, Espinoza for real. Like after that fight, he was calling for Espinoza, and Espinoza's acting like he was kind of scared of Shushu. You seen him calling him out from the ringside, and Shushu was saying all these things. And maybe he's not up for the media. Espinoza is, but he never commented back. And Mexicans, really Latinos, they have a lot of machismo, and for him not to at least try to make the fight or something like that might have gave a little credence to what Shushu was saying, that he don't really want to fight Shushu for whatever reason. Like he had a little intimidated by Shushu a little bit. But from watching the fights last night, I'm saying Espinoza way better than that fella. And he's rangy, can punch, So I don't know how Shushu would have did with that, but I definitely think that was a good experience to help Shushu get ready for Espinoza.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, in the co-main event, Keyshawn Davis stops Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th round. What's your
Yeah,
reaction to his performance?
great performance, good performance. I think he had Jermaine Ortiz beat before the bell even rang, and it just happened from there. You know, Keyshawn see weakness in you. You know, he's going to exploit that, and that's what he did. You know, he just bullied him. So it was a great performance by Keyshawn Davis. Way to come back. Spectacular fashion for real. He dominant victory, closed his eye, dropped him a couple times. Beautiful left hook, which is my favorite punch to the body, left hook to the body. Uh, you know, and I was watching you live earlier, and they said, well, about him stopping it. No, I think they stopped it because again, it was a great shot. He swiped him the last one. You know, and 12 seconds is a long time. They said talking about the 12 seconds. If you know 12 seconds is a long time in a boxing match. So 12 seconds is a long time in a football game, in a basketball game. 12 seconds is a long time. So he just beat the heck out of him. And Jermaine Ortiz didn't have nothing for him. I think that once he kind of went orthodox, I think he kind of switched it up. I think he did a little better in orthodox. I think he kind of confused Key a little bit with the orthodox. I think he'd fight better in orthodox, but you know, he didn't do it as much. And again, I was listening to somebody else, which they made that comment. What I thought when I seen it, I said, "Why would he go southpaw?" And this guy is sparring with the best southpaw in the world. You know,
Right,
pretty much.
right.
So that just didn't make no sense. Like he was gonna be thrown off because you know what I'm saying. He went southpaw. Just didn't make no sense.
Yeah, I was surprised at that when round one came, he came in that way. Now, his jab, obviously when you go southpaw, you have a different angle, but he wasn't confident throwing the jab. Do you feel like that was actually what Greg said as well? Do you
Yeah.
feel like that's where you met when he said he had the fight lost even before the bell rang?
No, he was beat before he walked up the steps. Keyshawn had punked him. He seemed scared the whole time, even during the weigh-ins, the pressure, the face off. You know, he seemed scared. You know, but we seen Jermaine get gritty, and so we just give him the benefit of the doubt. Um, gave him the benefit of the doubt to put on a great fight, and he did try, but he was pumped out, and Keyshawn just bullied him, beat his ass, knocked him out.
What kind of statement do you feel like Keyshawn made?
That
Jermaine
he
Ortiz never been stopped.
Yeah, but again, I said this last night. I told you last time. Keyshawn is a different dynamic fighter. He's a more dynamic fighter than the other guys that he fought. Plus, Jermaine Ortiz, he ran from Tio, pretty much. You know, and Keyshawn just a dynamic fighter. You know, the switch, the left hook to the body was nasty. He threw it at the right time. His punch selection is great. He got a great jab. The right hand. He got fast hands. He throws his punches at a faster velocity. So he's just a whole different fighter from those guys. And I favor him to beat any of them guys too.
Mm. Um, he talked to Bill Haney, said, "Listen, if I knock out Jermaine Ortiz, I want your son." Do you
Yeah,
feel like that fight is what the people want to see, knowing that Shakur saying that he wants a rehydration to fight Devin. Devin don't like that, so Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney is the fight to make.
I think that's the fight to make. Because of all the back and forth. They've been feuding a little bit. It's just been a little rivalry for some years now. Keyshawn been asking for the fight, and so I think it's the fight. He been talking it, so let's give him what he want. That's it. Just give him what he want. He said it. Bill Haney said you promised, so let's make the fight happen. Then they both big names. He said he won Devin because he a superstar. Keyshawn came back as he looked spectacular in his last fight, just which was last night. Let's go. I don't see no reason why not. I think it's a bigger fight than any of those other fights. I think it's a more entertaining fight than any of the other fights. They both high level, high skilled. Great jabs, great ring generalship, great footwork. I think it's the fight to have. I think let's go. Let's don't just talk about it. Let's be about it. So they both said that. You can go back and watch any film what they said it, and let's go. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, Devin Haney on Twitter said that let's make it happen. Keyshawn, um, people are looking at that fight. I talked to Mickey Bay. He says that it would be too soon for Keyshawn due to Devin Haney's professional experience. But obviously, we've seen Keyshawn, be a silver medalist and do great things in the amateur. So when you look at that fight, do you see an experience advantage for Devin Haney, and do you feel like it would be a factor in the fight?
I feel like it could be a factor in the fight. Like I was listening to the guys, like you said, his guy been a professional. He's learned to be a professional. But if that he wants it, let's give him what he wants. That's it. If Mickey Bay, which is his trainer, has feels like that, but then that's just great for them. I don't think he's gonna lose. No, he's not gonna get the credit for beating Keyshawn Davis if he's able to beat Keyshawn Davis. So I think it's a good fight. And actually, I was like I told Keyshawn, had he went through with the De Los Santos fight, he would have been fighting Tio last night, you know. And so I told him, I said, that was your fight. Tio fight was your fight. Shakur really a 35 pounder, that was your fight. But now since Tio he didn't get the Tio fight and Shakur took, so now we was thinking Devin and Shakur, but now since it's not looking like that now, what I'm saying, now he's gonna get the fight. So I think and somehow it worked out where the other fighters took the fighter that would have put them at that next level.
I agree. Who
Yeah.
would you favor in that fight, stylistically?
Like I say, I'm gonna go with Keyshawn, but like I say, when I watched Devin spar and I seen him the way he handled himself, he's a seasoned pro in there. So you know, um, it's a great fight. I want to see the fight, but I'll favor Keyshawn just on the strength that I love how Keyshawn fights. I love his meanness. I love, like I say, his kill mentality. He has great hand speed. Like I say, great punch selection, and he's willing to mix it up in there. So I will favor Keyshawn, but it's just a fight that I would love to see.
I mean, knowing that Devin Haney fight could be such a big fight down the line, do you would rather see Keyshawn in a fight at 147 first before tackling Devin Haney? What do you think?
No, just give him what he wants.
Give him what he
You
wants.
know, uh, all the talking, just give him what he wants. If that's what he said, then just do that. Sometimes we just gotta listen what they say and give them what they want. Keyshawn's a star. Uh, like I say, he's a silver medalist. He's a world champion already. Been a world champion already. There's no more holding back for him now. Just let him go. Let him off the leash.
Yeah. Main event: Shakur Stevenson beats Teofimo Lopez, and basically, a wipeout. Man, it was a wash. I mean, maybe Teo maybe won one fight, one round. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I might have been going back and forth watching the Xander fight when I missed that eighth round. But I think everybody in the house agreed that I guess Tio won that round because of Shakur kind of took off that round. Um, Dominant performance by Shakur. Nothing that we didn't expect for real. I mean, he has a great uh, timing, great distance. He know how to judge distance, gauge distance really well. Great timing. I love the backhand uppercut that he was using. He whipped. It was like a whip, like a man, like a fucking, what do you call that thing? Them things they use for sugar cane. That's how, like, it was almost like a bolo uppercut. He was hitting it with turn TO sideways. I think his
What, that
power.
big machete knife you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah. It's hitting him hit him underneath the body when he was catching him coming
The
in, falling
Jason
over.
knife, right? The Jason knife.
No, Jason got a machete.
Oh,
It's
that's what
almost like
that's
the
what a machete is. Yeah, it's a
almost
machete.
like the oh no, almost like the Grim Reaper type thing. Or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, he had that hook. He was throwing that half uppercut, what I'm saying, to the body. He was throwing that, catching them coming in, turned them sideways a couple times. It was a great shot. He seen he had the power. He cut T.O. up, bust him up, closed his eye up, just took everything out of him. But I think T.O.'s biggest problem was, again, you take that first step, Shakur is gone. You can't telegraph against Shakur. He's going to see that. So He always jumped before he punched, and Shakur could see it. I think Shakur knew that, and he didn't come behind the double jab. I think he should have came behind the double jab. Sound like a cliche, but he should have came with at least a double jab. Cause Shakur, he gonna step back, and he had his jab, so he gonna jab. But you realize that he's gonna jab too, but you double jab, and maybe take an angle or something, and try to hit him with the straight right or something. I don't know, but it's easier said than done. Shakur is what Red call him a conundrum. He's an unsolvable problem at this point.
And there were two different jabs in there, right? It looked like Crawford's stiff jab that Shakur was throwing, when you seen Teo kind of throwing the flick jab a little bit, just trying to cut the distance. So it didn't really do, like, Teo's jab was not effective in the fight at all.
Nothing that he did was effective at all. He was
Right.
completely nullified. The step back jab, which I teach, Shakur mastered that thing like it wasn't nothing. He didn't. He sat on that jab when he stepped back. He made it a weapon. Shooting the jab when he was going to him, walked him down behind the jab. I mean, Shakur just tore him up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just tore
Um.
him up. I wanted to say too that yeah, no, okay, like I said, yeah, Shushu should have went to the body a little bit more, but Shakur just ate him apart. Man, he just took him apart, man. He just every mistake he made, he just capitalized on it, and he
Yeah.
hits harder than what people think.
Right. Right. Um. Were you expecting Shakur Stevenson to press the gas at all? Possibly try to get him out of there? Do you feel like he was trying to get him out of there at all?
No, that's the difference. That's the only difference, and the only, if I could say any kind of what I'm saying about it, criticism
Hmm.
is that because he had him beat, mentally frustrated, everything. Step on the gas a little bit, not trade with him like that, but trade enough to where you can get your punches, more hurtful punches off, and start, putting the pressure on him to knock him out. I feel like a Floyd would have did that or a Bud would have did that. No knock on Shakur, but I feel like, again, like I'm saying, when he had the man kind of in his sights, he could have stepped it up just a little bit more and threw, because he was catching him with two punches at the end. He really wasn't throwing combinations. He wasn't like really catching them with combinations, 3 and 4 and 5 punches. He was catching them with 2 and 3, but they was really effective. So, if he'd have put his punches together a little bit more and probably, opened up a little bit more, he probably could have stopped him. But
And there was a lot of single jabs going on. A lot of single jabs,
yeah, kept him in check. That jab kept him in check.
for sure.
Standing there in front of him, pop. What I'm saying? Stepping back, pop. Stepping back, coming under. Man, Shakuri, man, he was a wonder in there, man. And I'm glad too. Fuck Tio. I swear. Fuck him. I'm glad he got his ass beat. All that stuff he was talking, disrespectful, didn't have no place in the boxing, didn't have no place in the fight. All that homosexual stuff and just this crass stuff that didn't have no class in it. No class. There's women there, there's kids there. It just was terrible. Older people there. It was just no respect given as far as his language. And I'm glad he got what he deserved.
People were talking about when Crawford was in the ring with Shakur, and they were laughing at Tio,
Yeah, good,
mocking him. You
good,
know,
good, good,
people were saying, like,
good.
if it was Crawford in there, you might have a retired Tio in there after the fight, because they stuck his little brother in there. I mean, what would you say about those comments and him, antagonize him inside the ring as well?
I don't understand what you were saying. You said, what about retirement?
I mean, if because Tio's been calling out, Crawford. Crawford
Yeah.
hasn't been paying no mind to it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you know. So it felt like it was his moment, Crawford's moment to go out there and just kind of antagonize him for that. I mean, but also in the same time, you see Tio that he didn't even show up to the post press conference at all either.
Yeah, because he talked so much nonsense. He did so much nonsense, and he a coward. At the end of the day, he's a coward. People say anything with a mouth. He tried to say things that sound good, but he didn't mean none of that. He's a coward. His actions speak loud. Your actions speak louder than your words. He's a coward. T.O. is a cold coward. He said people say things. That's how the devil gets you. He don't, what I'm saying? He don't come with horns and a tail. They tell you, make you feel like you're doing something or doing good. they don't really mean that. They hiding their true intentions behind their face, behind their facade. So um I wasn't shocked at that. Tio just a coward. Now the thing about it, I did see Crawford. I seen Tio asking for the fight like with Bud. He was talking about I still want to fight you. I still want, with just idiotic shit. Just idiotic. Like, bro, you think you gonna Crawford hit way harder, way, what I'm saying, just way more dynamic as a fighter. He got way more Crawford gonna be stepping in up, standing up, just too much shit. You don't have a chance. You're gonna get really seriously hurt messing with Crawford. Even if you got off to a jump start using your feet and jumping around, I mean, Crawford gonna catch up with you, and gonna start taking you apart, just like Mayweather would. Um, so nah, it just
If
I was
Keyshawn was in there with Tio, do you feel like Keyshawn would have stopped him?
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Keyshawn got that same ability. Keyshawn got that same ability. Keyshawn got that same ability. Yeah, yeah. Keyshawn got that same ability.
After the fight, Conor Ben comes into the ring. They talk, have some words, but Shakur Stevenson said, "I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank." Tell me,
Mhm.
what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that. I don't even know if I would have said all that about Conor being right then, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. He been saying that, and now he came through victorious. Uh, he's. I think he really wants that money for that fight. He wants the money for the fight. And so he called out Conor being on that. And Conor being, of course, you see Eddie Hearn usher him to the ring, lift the ropes up for him to jump into the ring. Um, you know, uh, it would seem like a farce, but I'm not upset at him wanting the hydration clause, just using his own words against him, using his own tactics against him. And like you said, he hasn't fought in 47 in a long time. Shakur is just now fighting at 140. Um, so why not have a little clause on there? And I don't understand what's wrong with the weight clause. I was listening to somebody else, was it Greg Hackett, and then what he was saying that Jermaine Ortiz put on too much weight. You know what I'm saying? So that actually might help you a little bit. So if you're looking at it as I feel like if you had to put on so much weight, then they're looking for the advantage. You're draining yourself down to such a small weight, then you're putting so much on so you can have an advantage. You thinking that's an advantage, so which it could be too. So that's why it's been controversy about the same day weigh-ins and fighters fighting their respective divisions. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Shakur is the man. He can dictate the terms. Kind of being would need a Shakur to do anything and on a higher level. He's already making money and making waves in his own country,
Right.
coming off a big win against Eubank. But
In line
uh,
for a title with the winner of Ryan Garcia and Barrios as well. So,
right. So uh, I don't know. Maybe we wait and see. Let that fight marinate and maybe kind of being get a title at 47. Shakur can go to 47 and fighting for the title. But in the meantime, between time, I think it'll be a big fight, like I say, to turn him into a mega star somewhat, or give him a bigger fan base. And it's be a good fight. I wouldn't be mad at the hydration clause. And first, we need to understand what is the hydration clause. Everybody's saying that because it's saying hydration clause, but what is it? So if he fights at 147, can he not? What's the highest weight he can come in after that? Almost like the IBF. The
so they would
IBF
have to negotiate it.
has a built-in hydration clause already. The IBF, and that's a World Boxing
10 pounds.
Organization.
Hmm.
So I would say that's cool. 10 pounds. That'd be
But
cool.
But in the same factor, right? A lot of people say, you know, Devin Haney. Why do that to Devin Haney? I mean, Devin Haney hasn't put nobody in the rehydration clause. I mean, like you were saying, he wanted to do the same thing that Conor Ben did to Chris Eubank Jr. But with Devin Haney, I mean that's been a rivalry, don't you think?
Oh yeah, him and Shakur and Devin Haney. Yeah. Um, you know, uh, if he, Devin big as hell. Like I said, Devin big as hell. They're not the same size no more. Devin big as hell. Uh, But I feel like, nah, You can't do that. If you want the full credit, Devin hasn't fought at 160 or 154 or nothing like that. He's been fight. He's come up from a smaller weight as well. I figured the rehydration clause should be non and void. If you want that fight, you calling for Devin like that, and you want Devin. Devin. They pretty much with this right now. They kind of put some kind of on even playing field almost. Um,
As far as dictating terms,
Dictating terms, legacy fights, accomplishments. Because now Shakur is a four-weight world champion. Devin is a three-weight world champion. Devin was undisputed, but now uh, Shakur is a two-time lineal champion. So he's a two-time Ring Magazine winner. Two-time unified champion. If you want to add the ring, far as with the WBO, he was unified at 130. So he's a two-time unified champion, two-time lineal champion. Beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who rises to the occasion. Um, Had a close fight with George Kambosos. You can make a claim that he was fighting out of frustration or out of emotion. You know, and that was it. He was in his prime too. Josh Taylor seemed to be drained at 140. Not taking away from Devin, but he was already moving up to 47. They were saying, Lomachenko was a little older and smaller, so they about even in terms of that. And so because of that, if you want to go up there and fight Devin and just go and, I would just advise him. I would like to see him just go up there and straight fight him. That way you could just have full credit. Just full credit. It don't matter. Just give them full credit. We don't have no excuses. Now Connor being okay, but Devin, I would say no. Just to get the full credit. Devin is in his prime, entering into his prime, and all the back and forth that really happened, the skill set, the history. So that's what I was just saying for him, for as a fan. So nobody can say nothing about the fight if he wins. No, nobody can say anything. Just quit, shut everything down.
yeah, I was talking to Greg earlier, like you said, and he was saying like, you know, these guys are bullies, Keyshawn and Shakur. They know they can beat these guys. They're not on their level, and basically saying that we need to see these fights that are real competitive. Basically saying we need to see Keyshawn and Shakur Stevenson fight. I don't know if you heard him. I mean, what's your thoughts on it? Like, these guys are just way too good for everybody from 135 to possibly 147.
Yeah, I don't agree with those guys fighting. I don't agree with those guys fighting each other. Like we said, we had already come to that road to where I don't believe those guys should fight. But you don't never know who you can beat until you beat them. You can be favored, but it's been upsets all over boxing since the beginning of time. So you can never say. And like he said, also that every fighter is dangerous. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, as far as the eye test, those guys look superior to the other guys, and I would agree with that with the eye test. But like I said, you never know who's going to win till they step in the ring until you beat them. Um, I think Shakur he did that. He beat a guy like Tio and made it look easy, like nothing. Just embarrassed him the whole time. So that was one fight that he did do that with. Valdez was a good fighter, but like I say, Tio had the athleticism, he had the power, he had the ring IQ, he had all that, and Shakur just made him look like nothing. So, but I do agree going forward. Mixing those guys up, everybody just said the Richard Hitchens, the Antoine Russells, those type of guys, the Devin Haney's, the Lamont Roaches. Yes, let's see those guys round robin. Let's see those guys get. Let's make it happen. Turkey got the money. The fans want to see it, so let's get the fans what they want to see, and let's get the fighters what they keep talking about. Let's see who was who. We had Virgil Ortiz, doing a lot of talking and saying that, and once you put the mirror to him, he looking like not what they say he is or not how he believes. So let's just keep putting these and let's call they bluffs, so to speak.
100%. 100%. Wow. What they're doing to Leicester is ridiculous. I mean, what's your thoughts on the WBC?
Sad, 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 sad. Sad. To upgrade him, Billy was just what they call it diabolical. I think it was just ridiculous that they upgraded that man, being that he coming off a draw in his last fight. It's like, WBC just showing how, their integrity is not up to par. Definitely should have been. And then again, like I said, and I won't stop saying is to fight for the title. You know, fighting for the title is the only way to win the championship. Upgraded is just blasphemy to boxing. Um, I don't know if the fighter can choose to not get upgraded and fight for the title. But you see with Shushu, they could have upgraded easily. They just could have upgraded Shushu, and he could have been making his first title defense. But yet he fought for the title and he was able to hear and then knew. And I think that's a big thing for a fighter. So it's just sad with that. They upgraded Resendez. Caleb Plant had already been knocked out, had already been beat up a couple times. So that wasn't like and then they said that's the upset of the year. I don't believe that was the upset of the year. I like Caleb Plant, truly. I really do. I just like Caleb Plant for real. I like everything about Caleb Plant. But when we're talking about boxing, I don't think that was an upset of the year. I don't think he should have been upgraded to champion off that victory. That was kind of suspect on the WBA too. So uh, yeah.
Well, Bernie, let everybody know where they can find you on YouTube and tonight, Zuffa Boxing in Vegas. Let everybody know goes going down tonight as well.
Zuffa Boxing on Paramount Plus. We got No Mercy Tally from Camden, New Jersey, going up in his sixth professional fight. Jamar Tally. We going up at you can check it. What's gonna be 3 hour time. We the first fight on the card at the Apex Center. Shout out to Zuffa, shout out to the Apex Center, shout out to Dana White and all those guys, the Turkey Al Sheik that's making this thing happen for these guys and putting more money in their pocket and keeping them guys busy. Turning the sport up, turning a sport of boxing up. And like I say, just catch us here. Catch me on YouTube at Bernie the Boxer. I'm going to give a more in-depth take on what happened last night. So just be looking out for my show. Catch me at Bernie THA Boxer on YouTube and Instagram.
Yo, Bernie, question. When some of these coaches they have like percentages for the purses and stuff like that, but when it comes to
Yeah.
the bonuses, the 50K and the 100K, do you guys just add that into the purse and stuff like that, and then you get your percentage?
I don't really know with the money. I don't never. I'm always adequately compensated, and I'm not a greedy fella. So I think the bonus is the bonus. I think the bonus is the bonus. Get the fighters all the money. The fighter's the one that's gonna, you know, really need it. I mean, everybody needs it, but he's the one putting himself in there. He's the one really actually doing all the work. You know, and that's just it. So he deserves the bonus. He's the one actually throwing the punches and making it happen. I can tell him 1,000 things to do and what to do, but if he don't make it happen, then it's not and void. That's what they always say. The trainer is only as good as his fighter. So I think the fighters definitely deserve the bonus with the trainers. Would get no cut. Now, if the fighter want to get a trainer a little cut or give him a piece, why not? But other than that, shout out to the fighters getting a bonus and give them all the money. Give them a little bit more incentive to fight, not to war, but to fight. It's like, damn, if I'm not making nothing, why do I want to continue in this field? So shout out to them guys for the bonuses, and I believe the fighter is a good thing for the fighters, and I'm happy for the fighters. Let them keep the money.
Man, well, listen, man. Thank you for the breakdowns and your reaction, Bernie. This was definitely a good one. Once again, let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
Catch me on YouTube at Bernie THA Boxer. Since I'm fighting tonight, I might do a live show tonight. So on Sunday night, I leave tomorrow morning. So I'm probably gonna do a live show tonight after a little bit later tonight. So look for that at Bernie THA Boxer on YouTube and Instagram.
Appreciate you, my guy. Stay blessed.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
I already know, man. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. It's your boy Mills from Mill City Boxing, home of the high level pro boxing media. Today. Salute to everybody. Smash that like button. Double tap the screen. We live with the number one ranked WBA Floyd Schofield. What's going on, man? And we got Pops, Pops with the the Cotties. A new
Yeah,
look, a new
nah,
look.
forget the Cardis. Go ahead, brother. He wa- he wanted us to talk about. He was right. He picked To. He said that. I didn't pick To. No, he picked Shakur and said that he will run circles around To, basically boxing. So he want me to come on. It ain't embarrassing to me. I know our crowd is gonna let me have it. Dish it out. I was wrong, y'all. He did walk him through. I'm man enough to say. So how you feel about it?
Yeah, what's your reaction? Let's start with you.
I was right, bro. You can't like I don't know why Tio tried to box with that man. Um, I just told y'all. I told y'all. So it was a good fight though. It was a good fight. I feel like Shakur outclassed him majorly. Um,
Did you see it
I just
like that though?
honestly I thought Tio would be good for like the first 3, 4 rounds. He had me fooled. But I just knew Shakur was gonna pick him apart. I knew he was gonna pick him apart. So
I guess that covered him sharing the ring with Shakur, so he would know him better than anybody.
yeah, you're gonna have to fight. And Tio did not come to fight. And then the instructions in his corner. Mm,
Mm.
I could understand that part, the corner part, but I let him finish. I could understand from the coach's dad side, so I could kind of talk about that after he get done.
no, that's all I had to say. I just knew that's how the fight would play out. Um,
You didn't like the instructions in the corner. You felt like Tia was fighting
I,
by himself.
I feel like I feel like just the dad alone. I feel like he was
Wait, be politically correct.
nah.
He's talking about he need to get a different coach
No, I'm not saying that.
on his dad.
I'm not saying that. I just think his dad was more coaching off emotion. You
Mhm.
know, wanting to win so bad, he wasn't giving his son the right instructions. He was just
Right.
going off, we got to knock him out. Like, but you're not telling him how to get the knockout, how to do what he's supposed to do. And I just think overall, Tio was in there, going, fighting by himself, for real.
But I can't blame it on the dad because I understand the coaching out of emotion aspect of it, but the dad know what his son could do. Because I was like, "Where's the power at?" So when the dad was yelling to him in the corner, "Where's the power?" I'm saying to myself the same thing. Like, yo, I betted on this. You got power. You can't outbox him. Like, what's going on? So I could understand if the dad emotions out of it, but I don't understand what was going on with Tio. Something was going on, even whether he was outboxed or not. He kind when Shakur got back to that seat, I think in the first round, he said, I think I'm gonna stop him. Like, I don't know what Shakur seen in his eyes or whatever, but then Shakur confidence started building. And once Shakur confidence started to build, it's over then.
Did you guys feel like Shakur was going to stop him? Just looking at the first couple rounds and how they played out.
Nah, Shakur don't stop nobody. Shakur not a knockout artist. He's not that. Shakur's a wise boxer. Since from day one, Shakur was one of my favorite fighters. All the guys I call out is my favorite fighters and most skilled fighters. Um, Shakur is very gifted with that, with certain things. It's only the only guy that's gonna beat Shakur is Kid. I mean, if Styles makes fights and the range, the jump back in the range, you need a switch fighter that know how to effectively do switch fight and what power enough to get Shakur respect.
A good game plan.
I'm not giving it away, but that's the only thing. Shakur is gonna run through all these people, and I've been saying that for like years. I was hoping Tio would have pulled it off, but I've been saying that for years.
Hey, I know he wasn't.
Mm, mm. I mean, when you grade Shakur's performance, I mean, he made a good fighter look really average in there. I mean, what do you say? I mean, guys like Chris Maddox said if he pulled a performance like this, we're looking at the modern day Mayweather. Is that too much
How?
to say?
Yeah, how? Off of Tio? Or for
Mm.
somebody who lost before, we're gonna now put him up to somebody who's 59-0 or whatever, 51-0 or 50-0, whatever Mayweather record is. Um, but then Mayweather ain't the top. So comparing him to Mayweather, so what? What about Sugar Ray Robinson? What about Willie Pep? What about all the ones that really are the greatest of all time? So it's like if that's what they grading him off of, Mayweather, they doing the same tactic though. They select their opponents wisely. Jay Prince is very smart. He's been around Top Rank a long time. He's very smart in the selection for Keyshawn, for Shakur, for his fighters. So I think that's the person that really should be getting credit is Jay Prince. He
Mm.
one who pulled this off, and he did an amazing show for Rank with his team. So that's the man that need to be commended on that because all his guys did what they needed to do.
Do you feel like Shakur made a statement yesterday?
For now, yeah. He fought one of the top guys, went to 40, took his belt. So I think out of everyone else besides Crawford, yeah.
I think he only made a statement, but he still got to fight the rest. That's only one out of his four horsemen. Tank is out of here for a little while, but he still got Ryan. He still got Devin. All the ones who came up with him, he still got to prove that. And then we could say maybe he's one of the greatest and compare him to Floyd because he beat everybody in this era. Just Tio, come on, Cambosa beat Tio. Let's be for real with this. Cambosa beat Tio. So are y'all gonna say Cambosa just as good as Mayweather? Let's
Mm.
be honest. So I think we putting the cart before the horse. I think Shakur looked amazing at 140. I think that he should campaign there because he looked a little bit stronger or 147. And let's see how this young man grow. I still want to see him and Kid fight. Truthfully. After he finished all his four horsemen, that's who I want to see him fight. And we're gonna do our part to put us on that level so they had that choice.
So while he's, picking apart some of those horsemen that you're speaking about, obviously you guys have Lucas Body in front of you, but what else, what other fight that would prepare you or entertain you guys in that meantime between time?
We got the WBA title where we got to fight Lucas Body, so we'll get that title. That's the next one. We in line for the IBF against Mortai if he decide to stay at 135 or if he decide to move up to 140. And I've been told you once we get that IBF, we going after the 140 IBF. So we're not looking at Shakur. We don't need them over there to fulfill our goals and our dreams. But if they really want entertaining fights, like Mr. Turkey say he do, I think Floyd and Mason would be an amazing fight after Floyd fight Mortai. He bring those two belts. Mason got a belt. It'll be a great fight, and it should be for 10 million, like I stated. But people don't see as far as I'm seeing.
You know, you were talking about you feel like he should stay at 140. Kid, what do you think? How do you feel?
Nah, bring that bring that behind back down to 35, brother.
I will try to be humble. They be
Nah,
thinking it's me. He want to fight Shakur, and he's got to beat Shakur. But
honestly, I don't care where he campaign at because we gonna meet one day. I just want to fight the best. I feel like it's my time to show. Um, I want to give entertaining fights to the fans. And, yeah, just be back active.
so, do you want him to come back to 135?
And bring that ass back to 135.
I
Mm.
would hope he come back to 135 too, but I don't think that's gonna happen because he's not gonna fight you or Mason.
I think though at 140 he looked good, but I feel like it's good great fights to be made at 35. So
Gary Russell moving up too at 35, so he will be on the board. What is Roach doing? Is he coming back down? And he's staying up. He'll be on the board. So
Also,
it's a
there's
lot of
interest. There's
entertainment.
interest with Gary Russell. There's an interest there.
Well, anybody, we want to be all the great ones now. How can we say we're the greatest boxer of all time if we allow all the other ones who and we don't fight them? That makes no sense. So yes, if Gary Russell come up, we want Gary Russell. If Roach come, we want Roach. If Tank come back, we want Tank. Shakur, Mason, those are the top ones right now. So
You put something on your story, kid. Share
yeah.
with the public. What did you put on the story about what you thought about the fight?
I think Tio is like,
you put he
yeah.
always snitch on you.
Now I'm like,
Put
tag me in Tio because it's like Tio didn't perform. Like
oh wow.
when me and my dad first sat down, like after 2 rounds, my dad just flat out said, Tio not looking like Tio. And I kind of agreed. I think after the third, fourth round, Tio just like got in his head. Like you see Shakur hyped up, amped up, going back to the corner. Tio looking like it's just another day at work. Like he got to be there. So
But he made a lot of money, so he might have just been happy he cashed out.
Mm.
And 10, how much they made? Like 10 to
I
12
heard like
million?
nine, maybe nine
Yeah, that's a
guaranteed.
lot of money. That's a great cash out, especially if he has self-doubt. So either way, T.O. just don't seem
I'm
like
not
he can
honestly.
bounce back.
Excuse my language, but I'm not cashing out for no ass whooping. You in
Mm.
there, I'm for real. You in there to give your all, give your best. Fans paid hard earned money. Um, like I said, you can't take nothing away from Shakur. Shakur looked amazing. He put on a masterclass. but you don't give up in the middle of a fight because things ain't going your way. I don't care if you got to start swinging for the fences. You obviously you see boxing ain't working. You got to change it up. So
But that's the difference between your IQ, and that's why you got the champions ready, opposed to him being a decorated amateur. I always say it's a difference between an amateur and a fighter. It's a huge difference.
he disappointed me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. Like at that point, I've been telling my son to break his jaw. Fuck boxing. Go in there and break his
Yeah,
jaw.
we fighting. I'm
Break
throwing
his face
elbows and
down. We
everything.
ain't making this pretty. Break him down. We would not have been out there standing flat footed right in front of a skilled boxer with one of the best defenses in the business right now. You're gonna stand right in front of him and throw jabs that isn't reaching him or hooks from way back. Like the IQ aspect of it was not there. And so I don't know what happened. I
You
don't know
know,
what happened.
it's crazy because you put a side by side picture of the Cambosis fight and this fight, two look the same.
Oh no.
Same cut and everything.
Oh
But
no.
that's the only grade we could rate Shakur performance on. The same thing we could rate Cambosa on. So hopefully the next step up will be another good thing, and then we can grade him on that. And then he fight another great fight and grade him on that. And I believe that would be fair. But Shakur did an amazing job. I'm proud of the young man.
He looked sharp.
Yeah, I watched him and Keyshawn grow up. I'm proud of them. They both look like they're maturing.
Now you talked about Teofimo giving up in the middle of the fight. Dad, I know you had Tio. Did you see that happening? Because I know that Floyd said that he was going to frustrate him, so he basically already kind of seen that happening. Did you were you surprised that Tio has that IQ that he showed, or did you feel like he had more?
Tio or Shakur?
Tio.
Well, Tio lost me a lot of money. Um,
Yeah, he
so
tight. He tight kid. He tight.
yeah, after like the third round, I was like, "Yo, I'm losing money. This guy is not here."
Yo, I wake up, I look at the Instagram, and I'm like, I see my dad. I'm like, oh, what he talking about? Oh, you talking about the fight? He said, I got 25,000 on you. I'm like, he is tripping.
Yeah, it was a learning experience. I'm only betting on my son for now on.
No, you can't.
No, I'm saying in general. But nah, it taught me a lesson. But it is what it is. It's a day at work. T.O. had a bad day. I don't know if he ever gonna bounce back to where he used to be, but he could still generate millions. So he did his job. He made it. He's financially
Sure.
free. He could break the generational curses of his family. He made it. He did it. So he is a champion to the people that matter. So I just hope he bounced back mentally.
Mm.
That was deep.
Yeah.
Now Conor Ben comes into the ring. He says he wants to fight Teofimo. He wants to fight Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur wants a rehydration clause, the same rehydration clause that he put Chris Eubank. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Let me answer that before you answer that. The same thing Shakur used to tease Devin Haney about, because Shakur used to tease people about rehydration clause back in the day.
I think it was towards Tank.
Thank you.
All right, so now the tables turn. Now is it rationalized that you want to now put a weight clause on somebody?
Sure.
Like, I don't understand the switch up for us. If a man can make his weight, I don't care how big he can hydrate to. It's a fight. It's
Yeah.
gonna make us look even better if he's a bigger guy and we sleep him. So why would we want to fight somebody not at their 100% potential? Why would we call them out then want them to be drained? That don't gain us nothing. That's the Floyd Mayweather system. And that's the system they used to, the Shakurs and them and the Jay Princes. That's their system because Jay Prince also used to be Floyd manager. So they with the same mastermind, and he's brilliant at what he do. But Conor Ben, if he really want that fight with Conor Ben, he should let Conor Ben come in 100%. If he man enough to call him out, back it up. What you think?
Man, you took the words right out of my mouth. I agree 100%. As a fighter, if I'm calling you out, I want you at your 100%. I don't really gain nothing if you at 50%, 80%. That's just me mentally. I want you at your best. So when I beat you, it's like, okay, he came in a little heavier than me and I did what I had to do. It's gonna make me even look even better. But I just think that with any fighter who want a rehydration clause, I ain't gonna say that word, but that's some scary stuff because I mean, we fighters at the end of the day. Now I'm trying to dictate on how heavy you could come in the fight. That's
Right. And you
that's
made the
corny.
weight.
That's corny to me. You hydrate up to however high, like Connor Ben probably gonna hydrate up to 170, 175. You do what you did to Teo to Connor, it's gonna make that win look even better. Um,
Right.
but
How
that
do
I
you
mean,
feel?
fighters is different. So,
How do you feel that he wants that same rehydration for Devin Haney,
cool.
I
Shakur?
feel any
Yeah,
rehydration
any
is
rehydration.
so that's just to us because we from the fighter cloth. You want to fight bigger people or whatever. You want to fight. So number one, I can understand. Let me back up because I know people will go crazy. I understand it though, because Shakur don't have a lot of power. Connor got some power.
Yeah, he gonna
You got to
stand out.
kind of level the playing field. So I can understand the manager and the team wanting to put the hydration clause and keep it, you know. Now for Devin, Devin don't have a chin like that. No disrespect to Devin. He don't have a Golovkin chin, so to say. So it's not putting him down, but it's just saying he don't have that type of chin. So why would you want to make this man lose water weight and drain himself? And you already know that he's not strong there. That's not an even playing field for Devin. So that's unfair to me.
But then I feel Shakur though, because I think Shakur made a comment that Ben put a rehydration clause on Eubank. So I mean, to each his own.
That's still some corny. So, because he did it, I'm going to do it. You
Yeah,
put that on him.
I
Now
feel
fight me and
that.
put it on you.
But then
Like,
again, Connor's of that cloth too, though, because he did the same thing to Eubank.
but you see what happened to Eubank. He ended up in the hospital
Yeah.
in critical condition for a little while. So you trying to tell this man to, if you want to fight me, risk putting yourself in critical condition. And that makes sense to me.
You think
And
it's weird energy?
it's total weird energy. Like, yo, how is that? Look what happened to this man for doing that. Can't we learn from the past? So now we're gonna do
He
that to
lost a
another
toenail.
boxer? Huh?
He lost a toenail.
It's like,
Wait,
yo,
what?
nah, he was in that hospital for real, for real. So it's like, yo, why do that? It don't make sense. Do we love boxing? Do we love the sport of boxing? Do we want to see the best boxers? Do we want to see the best fight the best? Are we really sticking to these words? Or are we trying to, you know, make an uneven playing field, rig the system, so to say.
Mm.
I just hope it changed. I hope if he fight him, he fight him on fair ground, whatever that man hydrate up to.
You think that's a cherry pick if he does put a rehydration clause on him?
Everything is
Even though Connor said he wouldn't do
everything
it.
is a cherry pick for that side. Not to say that for that side, for some of these promoters. It's a lot of cherry picking going on. That's been happening since back with Sugar Ray Leonard days when he avoided Aaron Pryor. And Aaron Pryor was number one, had to, and Sugar, and went on stage in a press conference and said, yo, when am I getting my shot? I'm your mandatory and you're running from me. And Sugar Ray still avoided him and ran from him. So it cherry picking been around in boxing forever. So I can't just put it on them cherry picking. It's a strategic move against people that need the resources. So they make them cut these weights and dangle a carrot of money to risk their health so that their guy could win. So it is what it is. It's boxing, but it's not our
I
boxing.
still think he beats Connor though. That's the crazy part without it.
Yeah, that's I.
So
I
it's
don't know.
like
I ain't even gonna go against
Connor
the
can
court right now. I know, so I ain't even gonna go against him right now on that. But I believe that he might be Connor too, in a weird sense from his performance yesterday.
But in the same time, how do you feel about him and Haney? I mean, it seems like they're more on a closer level than a Connor Ben.
like him versus Haney.
Yeah.
That's a good fight. That's 50-50. I ain't gonna lie. That's a fight. Whoever show up. I mean, neither one of them got the power to stop each other.
So you're saying Shakur is gonna move up to 140 and Shakur gonna move up to 147 and
No, it's just
Keyshawn gonna
and
stay at 140? No, because one of them gonna have to move up. Jay Prince playing field, Mason 135. One of them got to be at 140, and one got to move to 147 because they not all fighting each
but
other.
then Keyshawn
And
said he won Devin.
see, Keyshawn won Devin. So is they gonna swap? From your question, like, do you think they're gonna swap and let Shakur get Devin and Keyshawn stay at 140? But
The way it sounds, I
Probably
mean,
going
if you're
to.
trying to put a rehydration, my brother's bigger than me. And yeah, it does look like that. It looks like Keyshawn's gonna take the Devin Haney work.
see, so that's all that is the great Jay Prince is lining his court up so that they don't run into each other and it streams of income. So it don't matter which one go up there. Devin is Devin. Devin going to show up. It's going to be a great fight with either one of them. Because Devin took a loss and he don't want to take another loss, whether he got it cleaned off his record or not. He don't want to take
It's a
another
good
one.
fight though. I ain't gonna lie.
Both of them a good fight. Even I don't think Keyshawn is going to beat Devin. I really don't believe Keyshawn will beat Devin.
Too much experience? Why?
I don't know. I just don't see. But off my prediction yesterday, I'm not gonna get that because people will say things. But skill wise, I don't believe this new Devin that showed up his last fight. Keyshawn is gonna be able to run through like he did Ortiz, a smaller guy who seemed like he didn't want to be in there.
I ain't gonna lie. As much as I don't like Devin, I did not expect Devin to do that to Norm. So and Norm was catching him too, and didn't even buckle Devin. So I don't know.
And Keyshawn performance wasn't great. It was good. He stopped him. That the referee gave him
It
a
was
gift
good. It was
because the
nice.
ref stopped it. He didn't even give Ortiz a chance to stand up. Not saying Ortiz would have won, but it wouldn't have been a knockout in that 12 seconds.
Winning nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it wouldn't have been a knockout. The ref gave that gift. He didn't even get his man the count to get up to 8. So or to 10. So I don't know. I don't know. I would want to see the Keyshawn and Devin fight.
He do got some dog in him, so I would like to see that.
I like the new version of them though. I like the God more in it. The maturity of seeing them grow up as fathers. Like, yo, just to see these young men get into these points is amazing. And they still in their 20s. So I can imagine them in their 30s, you know.
Kid, what you think about Keyshawn's performance against Jermaine?
I think it was good. I think it was alright. I think Keyshawn had a little bit of trouble with the all that movement Ortiz was doing. Um, Ortiz wasn't doing nothing though. Like he was just moving, jabbing from far away. And I feel like once Keyshawn finally caught his rhythm, it was like towards the end of the fight. But I I like how Keyshawn's mental didn't break, even though he couldn't get the stoppage, couldn't really hit him flush.
In the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning, he kept his mind and it ended up getting a stoppage later on. So I think Keyshawn had a good performance for this is first fight at 40, testing the water. So I think he did good.
What was you guys' reaction when the first knockdown from the body shot? Did you feel like it was gonna go, hit in his favor, after that first body shot knockdown?
Yeah, I mean, 'cause speaking from a fighter standpoint,
He should have stopped him
I
after that
mean, yeah,
first.
he should have like got on him, but Ortiz did good with the movement. He knew how to survive. Um, But I think I think if Keyshawn stepped on the gas earlier, he could have stopped him too, though.
Right. He could have stopped.
Because Keyshawn, I think he had the more skill, bigger than him, way faster. So I think if he put his combinations together earlier, he definitely would have stopped him. But he did get the stoppage. So
I
Yeah.
mean, he calls out Devin Haney, had a conversation with Bill Haney, says, "Yo, listen, if I stop Ortiz, I want your son." What's your thoughts on that? Keyshawn and Devin Haney.
I think that's it's a good fight. Y'all gotta stop asking me them questions about these fights. I think it's like once again, whoever shows up, whoever wants to win. Like yesterday, all the fighters on that card who won, we seen well, except Gerald Miller, but we seen the ones who wanted to win. And I think whoever wants it that night is gonna be victorious because both of them are skilled fighters, and both
Yeah,
of them,
everybody on this level could fight.
yeah. So except whoever show up that night, I ain't gonna lie. But I think I favor Devin because Devin is the better boxer.
Hmm.
Mm, mm.
With the longer jab. Technique wise, style wise, he has a longer jab. Got a high IQ being around Floyd Mayweather and them the same way um Keyshawn is around Crawford and Shakur and them. So I just really believe Devin got a higher IQ than Keyshawn and different tools that will frustrate Keyshawn. Because Keyshawn ain't no brawler. He ain't gonna run in there and just knock Devin chin off. I don't believe. He's gonna try to box him, and that's where Devin is strong at.
Mm. I like it. Oh, matter of fact, speaking of Devin, I mean, what do you guys think about that MSG weigh-ins? The ruckus that went down. I mean, Team Haney jumping Tiger Johnson.
I feel boxing don't need that, and people got to think safety wise. I hope that don't become a norm. But I mean, no father should get jumped for his opinion. No, for real. I mean, for real. I'm talking no father, no elder. Like, when do the lack of respect, and it's only brown folk, when do the lack of respect really come towards our elders and our living ancestors like that? That people will literally stomp out a man that's 50 something and, like, he's just promoting his sons. So I don't get it. I don't know if Bill punched him in the face and caused it, but that's not what this co- we us men should be doing to show the world our characteristics. They already look down on us. So why would we be displaying that to the world like we animals and savages?
Yeah.
So that ain't
So,
cool.
What was your
And we don't
reaction?
we don't tolerate that. We don't tolerate that. So I hope that no fans or people think our team accepts that. We make sure that we hire very good protection. So people need to think, because they could lose their life over situations like that in those moments of ego. So that's that.
Okay.
Oh, what you think about Swerve though? What you think about Oscar new move? I gotta bring that up. He left his own and did a multi-year deal to take his.
Swerve TV.
No, it's Swerve. Swerve is a platform.
is it Swerve TV?
No, what Swerve is Amazon Prime, Roku,
I'll be right
or
back.
TV.
I know what Swerve is.
Yeah, so now he's with Swerve, so people can watch it every Thursday free. Regular, they bringing boxing now to consumers. They don't need a membership, don't need money. Watch it for free, how boxing used to be. And the pay-per-views or the big fights is on a Saturday. So now he could take it direct to consumer, directly to them. And I guess keep the sponsorship money, the commercial money, to this, a whole different platform. Now you don't need a membership. So let's say, like, we love the zone, but let's say the zone had 5 million, 10 million viewers. Where Swerve now could reach hundreds of millions. There's billions of people on this planet. Now they could just turn to their Swerve and watch it.
Yeah, because
So I believe,
nobody wants to pay for a membership at the end of the day.
right, because they still in it anyway. They go in to watch it on other streaming platforms. So why do that if it could go direct to consumer? So I think Oscar made a brilliant move. I want to see how this turned out, and we team Golden Boy, so it's gonna be good. How you feel about that move?
I mean, I like it. I mean, you was talking about he's doing Thursdays and Saturdays.
Thursdays is every Thursday is fight night. And the big fights like the kid versus for the world titles will be Saturdays or pay-per-view and
And he'll
things
have
like
his like
that.
Golden Boy Development League on Thursday type deal.
Right, right. To promote all the new fighters that's gonna come through this to build the stars. So he's going back how he did when he had Floyd and all of them, and all the other fighters Al Heyman took. He going back to that before that when boxing was real. So I like the move he's making, man. He's making a real power move, and it's creating the competition now. The
Right.
zone, how it used to be HBO Showtime. This is now we got the zone. We gonna have Swerve. We gonna because you know,
Paramount.
that we need the competition, the side of the streets to make the bigger fights with this one fighting that one, you know. So it's gonna be good.
I get what you're saying. It's like the elites will be fighting on Saturday nights, and then he'll have something like what the Zuffa League got going on, but with Golden Boy
Right,
on
right.
Thursday.
Correct. And gonna sign a lot of new fighters. So it opened the door for a lot of new fighters on both sides. The Zuffa side, the Golden Boy side, and the ring side. Now is recruiting all fighters. So that's good for boxing. Now all these young fighters could get a home, be built, and then fight each other in these mega pay-per-view fights. So I like the move because if we would have all stayed at the zone is in no disrespect to Turkey at all. He's doing an amazing job. It's still owned by Turkey, so everything would still have to be basically in Ring's favor in a sense because he owns Ring, he owns the zone, he owns a lot of that platform. That it was just a conflict of interest, you know. So we have to be over here to be able to compete with Mason, Shakur, and all of those individuals.
Well, clearly on his last clapback Thursdays, he kind of, let everybody know that the belt, the belts are more compromised now. The ring belt's more compromised now, because of Zufa. So he kind of made that clear. Talked a lot about Dana White and how he's making his moves. I don't know. Were you able to catch the latest clapback? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, he was basically talking how they were saying that like now the WBO is in bed with Ring. So now they allowing the WBO to be shown, but before they were saying no other belt is going to be shown. So I think that's more of what he was talking about. For me, it don't matter. For me, I think I believe that somebody would feel salty if they sold somebody a belt and somebody blew it up and made a whole platform off of it. I think that somebody will look and feel a certain way. So, you know, either way, I commend Turkey and them what they doing over there. He's creating an economy for his country and his people and bringing excitement. So I'm happy for them. But we're gonna show who's the best fighters in the world are on this side.
Mm. Speaking of the best fighters in the world, when Dana was talking about the Sufa belt, when he starts giving out that Sufa belt, there will be no doubt that this guy who we present the Sufa belt is the best fighter in the world. I mean, I see kids smiling. I mean, what's your thoughts, Senior? I mean, talk to me.
A belt is a trophy, man.
Yep.
People got to realize that a belt is a trophy. A belt don't dictate the greatest fighter of all time. Loss don't dictate the greatest boxer of all time. It's the comeback. It's the journey at the end of this person's career. Because at the beginning, during Crawford thing, people was counting him out. Nobody was saying he was great until he reached where he retired at now. Um, they wasn't even giving him a shot. So all I'm saying is them belts don't mean anything. Because if Crawford would have felt the belts mattered, he might not have made it this far. He might have had given up because nobody was letting him in. Spence wasn't fighting him at that time. Nobody was giving him a fight. So if he would have thought about, oh, well, I need a belt to do this, he never would have made it as far as he did. He had to go for legacy and say, I want to be the greatest. Then the belts are just the icing on the cake and the money. But that's all that is. Forget a Zofa belt, forget any belt, truthfully. The belt only allows you to get attention from the public for their validation in a sense, for some people. But if Tank go back fighting, do you think people gonna care if he got the belt? If Tank right now made a fight with Shakur, even without the belts, do you think people would care about the belts?
No, the name supersedes it.
And if you bring up any fighter that fought 20 years ago, do you know what belt they held? No, nobody gonna care about no belt. So we don't care about a Zofa belt, truthfully.
Mm, mm.
We
Um,
WBA. Shout out to the WBA. Let me say that. We hold two of their belts because I do got to give props to the people that's in bed with us. And that's what world title we fight next. So otherwise, any other belt don't matter to us right now.
Speaking of that, I mean, do you guys were you guys looking forward to be fighting on that February 21st card? I mean, do you feel like that was the card that you wanted to have your title fight on?
Um, Not really. I mean, it would have been a great opportunity. Uh, I think every chance to get on any card to showcase your skills, if it's televised, is a great opportunity, whether it's big or small. Um, but there'll be more, opportunities or cards like that. So I'm just happy to be fighting in April and do what I got to do in April.
You talked about the broadcast. I mean, what do you think about Swerve and Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy?
You want my honest opinion?
Only.
Politically correct opinion.
No, it's not gonna be really crazy. It's gonna be my honest. I really don't care because as long as I get paid and I do what I got to do to entertain the fans, I'm straight. I get paid my right amount of money and the right amount of fights. What is there for me to complain about? I mean, whether it's a big streaming service or not, I still get, I still get the
Same.
same amount of pay and the same amount of experience. So, you know, I don't really have a personal opinion on what Oscar does on that business side. As long as I'm treated fairly, according to the contract, we got no issues.
And that's what the other young fighters got to realize that contract matters. That's where the business is, the paperwork. It don't matter where they go. We getting the same amount of money, the same amount of minimums, 3 fights a year, and for 5 years, regardless. So we straight. We know how much we making, and we can make more than that on the back end. So be into your contracts. When I be up here yelling, trying to teach y'all business, it be real shit. And especially now that they fight, it's signing all these new fighters. Like Matchroom is signing so many fighters right now. You don't even they snatching up so many American fighters.
Yeah, they have the biggest stable in boxing right now.
Yo, it's crazy. People are snatching up these fighters. The thing I like about Oscar though, he's selective. He know from his eye who's gonna be champions, who's gonna excel. So
Yeah, he
so
he doesn't even have 40 fighters in his stable. No,
he's
now.
very selective. He's very selective. That's why I like being over there.
Mm. What do you think about the new WBC champion Bruce Shushu Carrington and his performance last night?
You know, I think as far as fighter on the card, I think that was my favorite fighter of the card. Him, going through adversity, getting caught behind the ear with a shot. You know, that's the first time we seen Shushu hurt like that and was able to still come out and knock him out. I think he deserves a lot more credit than he's getting. So I think Shushu was my favorite fighter on that card because he showed he got the dog in him, and I guess that's him being a New York fighter. So yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. These men are feeding their families. This is a
Now
good
he's a
thing.
new champion, so he
It's a
hopefully
good
can
thing.
unify and get those big world title fights. He earned it.
Somebody paid you some money. Oh, and everybody subscribe. Do your thing.
Lion, thank you for the 5 piece. I know y'all glad the fight didn't happen with Killer Core. I'm a fan of Kid, but I'm happy Core didn't get a hold of him at Kid's young age.
Wow. We would have stopped Shakur. We would stop
Mm.
Did
Shakur
he just
easy.
call him Killer Core, man?
Yeah,
Come
because
on,
Shakur is not a
bro.
Killer
killer.
Core.
No, no, and I don't want to crap because people want not clickbait, but they want the negativity. Core did good, but Shakur can't stand with Kid. That's why Kid was getting Shakur ready for his pro fights,
I
his
ain't,
championship
I
fights.
ain't Tio, yo. I've
Right.
been on Shakur all night. I'm throwing everything in the kitchen sink. I'm not Tio, bro. Tio, I told y'all from the start, no disrespect to Tio, he don't got that heart like that no more. Come
But what
on.
did you put on your story? What did you put on your story? Your exact words.
I said Tio tag me in. Like,
We
Tag
cuz
want
me
the
in.
fight.
Woo.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't think we want that fight. And I don't know why people don't think if they wanted to fight, things wouldn't have happened to him. Point blank, period. So it is what it is, man. One day we're gonna run into him unless he retire. So time is on Kid's side. It ain't nothing like we losing sweat from it. And we'll get them in the ring. And y'all will see the truth. You gotta also realize the longer they wait, the more mature he get, the more in his prime he get. He's only 23. He's still a baby. So it's like in boxing. So the longer they wait, it's on our side. Cause they're gonna start peeking down, not us. So it is what it is.
Killer Core, man. Y'all better stop with that.
You don't like that one?
Man, what he killing?
No, he is defensive.
No, I'm not saying he
But he
not
ain't killing
defensive.
nothing.
Shakur looked great. I'm talking about sharp as can be. I think he looked better than he did in the Zepeda fight against, especially the caliber of fighter that Teo was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But Killer, what man? He ain't stopping nobody. He didn't drop Teo. Like, did he? He ain't drop Zepeda. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, so I don't. We could say
Keep
elite.
Dom
We
moving,
could say
Killer.
elite boxer Shakur.
Yeah,
He could add that, but killer Shakur ain't no killer. He don't even got the killer instinct.
damn sure don't.
He's a boxer. He's not a killer.
What do you think? Shakur's performance with Cepeda was better than Tio?
No, no. I think the Teo one, and then
Yeah.
Teo is a way higher caliber than Zepeda. Let's be
Right.
for real. So I think this fight showed Shakur is up there. I just think we need to see a little more from him against the other top guys. But I mean, Williams Zepeda, no disrespect, can't hold a candle to Tio in my opinion. So
Mm.
Or to Shakur. He's just a one-track pony in a sense. No disrespect to him, but everybody know that. Um, but it is
What
what it is.
One thing is, Shakur didn't run in that fight at all with Tio. He stayed right in front of him. What would you say?
We seen a lot of fights where Shakur didn't run. Remember, I watched him grow up.
Hmm.
People act like we've been in this for 20 years.
I think he
He's
just ran in the Edwin fight,
right.
right?
I mean, he been
But he ran.
right. Shakur,
Literally.
Shakur had a lot of fights. We seen somewhere he ran, somewhere he didn't, somewhere he lost, somewhere he won. Like, this has been a journey and it's going to continue to be a journey. So Shakur did nothing new that we didn't see before.
Mm.
The one that disappointed us was Tio.
He
That's
ain't
not,
disappoint me.
he disappointed me because he really had a breakdown in there, in a sense. Like, really shut down mentally. Boxing is 90% mental. It's like, what happened to that aspect of it? The mental. Anybody could go to a gym and do this, but where's the building of the mind? And that's the only question I would ask Tio or his dad. Where was the building of their mind for this camp? Because Shakur's a master is still in the person's mind. And Floyd Ben said that in an interview. Like, Shakur made me had to think when I was getting him ready for his fights. So where was the thinking aspect? So that's the only concern I wonder about Tio. Is he going to
D,
mentally be good?
D, thank you for the two-piece. Tio needs a new coach. His dad, not it.
I can't say that because his dad helped him win world titles. How many coaches, even if he got a new coach, how many coaches develop a product
Hey,
from
that
a
was before the
baby?
dad started partying though.
No, but still, how many developed from a baby and made this person a multi-world champion? Made them millions a fight. His dad doing an amazing job. Whether his son took a loss, so what? Anybody could get beat, have a bad day at work. His dad did a hell of a job.
You know what I think it was though? Like I said before, I think it was just the simple fact. Tio's dad and Tio, they were doing all the antics, talking all that trash. So once the dad realized his son was losing, all that, I feel like all that calculating, giving him the game plan, that went out the window. I think it
Mhm.
was more so like, yo, we can't get embarrassed after everything we was talking and doing. So I feel like Tio's dad was, coaching off of emotion. Like,
No, I don't think they had a plan B and C
oh,
and
they
D.
did definitely
The
did.
thing is, we did
They
because we
definitely
know
did.
from working with Shakur, we know you need a plan B, C, D. He's just like Floyd. They know almost the five styles of boxing with Shakur, but Floyd know them,
Tell me.
so he can make the adjustments. So Shakur can make adjustments. Um, and T.O. didn't make the adjustments. It's like he didn't know the counter styles. He knew the Philly shell, but when his hands went up here, he lost it. When he went to um orthodox, he was going the wrong way. He was running right into the hook and straight. He wasn't keeping the foot dominance. It's like all the IQ left when the adjustments came. So for us, it would be different because we know that shit. That shit won't be, it would be easy. But for T.O., it was a problem.
D, thank you for the two-piece. He didn't give him no instructions last night.
Yep.
He didn't know, I think the dad didn't have a plan A, B, and C. The dad had plan A. I believe. I can only speculate. But I think they were just thinking that he was gonna run through Shakur with power. They was in controlling the inches. They was in controlling the clinch when Shakur was hitting close. It's like they wasn't prepared for none of that. But it is what it is.
That is.
Um, Lion Booker, thank you for the five-piece. So, do OG Austin think he would need help to game plan for Killer Core, or will he try to do it by himself?
Number one, I don't do these things by myself. I'm a business owner. I got coaches. I got hand I
Assistant
got
coaches.
we got a couple assistant coaches. We got one for the mitts, one for the body shield. I got other brains. No man could know
You don't
one
got an
thing.
ego for the head trainer position, is what
Nah, no,
you.
I am the head coach. His manager. I'm his business partner. I'm his coach. So I don't have to have an ego. By contract, nobody can make a move with him without me. Period. So I don't need an ego to let people in to assist. Um, but Shakur ain't a threat for us. He wasn't a threat for Kid while I was doing it by myself. I seen them in the ring. It ain't speculation. Shakur can't deal with Kid power. It is what it is. Kid
Mm.
got a lot. Kid always had a lot of power. So
What do you do in there that Tio didn't do in there
I
against
fight.
Shakur?
everything.
I fight. Uh, let's just say, let's play devil's advocate. The game plan we had wasn't working. I try to go in there and box, look like Tio. It ain't working. We fighting. I'm I'm telling you, I'm in there to fight. I'm hitting you wherever I can hit you. I'm tossing you around. I'm not. People don't understand.
But no, we
Mm.
gotta rewind for the casuals that's just joining in. For the mental work on Kid, I got him hypnotized for years. to make him into this
Damn,
monster.
yeah, bro.
That's the part I said Tio and his dad seemed like they didn't do the mental aspect. So if Kid is losing in the round, Kid don't give a damn. He is going.
I really don't.
And so that's the difference. Like, yo, what can you bring to him that mentally he hasn't seen before? He hasn't went to school from 80, been homeschool boxing. What hasn't he seen over 200, almost 300 amateur fights? Like it's nothing. So that fight would be easy for him because he's a switch fighter. He got power in both hands. He have a huge IQ because he, like I said, got Shakur and all of them ready for their fights, and they couldn't do nothing with him then. So
And on
it's
top of
wonder
that,
what could Shakur do to keep him off of him.
I'm a
That's the
fighter.
question. We're not standing in front of him, just standing there. Kid don't fight like that. Look at what happened to Tevin when Tevin wanted to fight like that. The same exact style. And Tevin was two-time world champion or whatever like that. So it ain't like we haven't seen that style, that great a fighter. Shakur now is four-time, but we seen that. We've been there before. Y'all seen what Kid do to that. So it's like, what is people talking about here?
Better yet,
Fighter.
what would you do if you was in Shakur's position and you was fighting Teofimo?
Step on the gas. I mean, Shakur didn't do.
Shakur did amazing
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
But
you can't
Shakur,
take
we
it away
can't
from
be like that's
Shakur.
his style. That's
Yeah.
his thing. So if we say what he would have did different, that make it seem like Shakur way wasn't right. And Shakur
He
way
did
was right.
everything.
It worked for him. He did everything right. He left without any marks on his face, and the belts, and millions. So it don't matter what Kid would have did. Shakur
Yeah.
did what he had to do, and that's what.
But in the same time, he never got that highlight reel. You
Oh,
talked
that's that.
you know what I
That
mean?
I would
Like
have did different.
we talked about Keyshawn, he got to have that with Jermaine, even though you said that it was taken from, Jermaine. But like you, kid, I mean, you're fighting Teofimo Lopez. I mean, are you giving a performance of like a Tevin Farmer per se? You know what I'm saying? Something
Bro,
that people are gonna capitalize.
you know me, Mills. You know I'm going for the kill. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Shakur tried, but didn't realize he couldn't. But you see a fighter like Tiafimo who don't want to be in there, eyes swelling up, cut. It's time to go for that kill. I mean, get that highlight reel. But then again, that's not the type of fighter Shakur is. I think Shakur's trying to be that fighter.
Yeah, he's trying to build up to
But
it.
that's not him. Now if he would have went in there and got it, cool, you got your highlight reel. But then again, what we said before, can't take nothing away from his performance. He showed out how he was supposed to show out. And I think he showed out in the way that a fighter like Shakur Stevenson is supposed to do. He put his punches together, he embarrassed Tio, made him look like an amateur. And
Boy.
that's just in the story.
Right.
Man, it was some good fights though. You can't take away from that. It was a
It was
good
great.
card. It was a
Yeah.
good card.
Well, let me not stop there. I mean, what you think about Jarrell Miller? The heavyweight action. You know what I mean?
Peekaboo.
I love the marketing that he did after the flop. After that
Man,
floor, I love how he
Embraced
graciously
it.
took that, redid it, and still marketing himself on his page now with the going
yo,
viral.
mind you, I seen the hair thing on Instagram. So I didn't know. So when I logged into the fight, I'm already seeing, his head, and he got this like thing. So
Oh,
I tell my brother, I'm like, yo, why he got the milk dud head? Like it looked like a melted milk dud that fell on carpet. So I was like, yo, he didn't just decide to, cut that off. So I just go on Instagram and I see him get hit with a punch and that whole thing like lift up.
Started talking.
I was like, man, come on. You should have cut that before the fight, man.
that was great marketing though. Even though it was a
You
mistake,
got to after that.
it's great marketing for him. Next fight, people gonna see if he coming with the toupee or bald headed, and if he gonna do good. That was more exciting than the fight. His fight, actually. You
Now
know,
it made me wonder how long this man was really bald, yo.
yo, it's something.
A lot of people didn't even know that there was a toupee behind there, under
I'm
there.
telling you, that glue he used, man, he needed different glue.
Yo, but that made Turkey card. Turkey did good.
That was a great card.
I could say all praise to the performance they all put on. That was a good card for Ring, but they pulled that one off. I got to give it to them, but they not Golden Boy. I got to keep my bull crap in there, but good show.
I love it. I love it.
Somebody paid you and you didn't announce their thing.
Tramel Browning, thank you for the 10-piece. Salute to kid and senior. In my opinion, if your son ever fights Shakur, I feel like he would lose. Not based on skill, but based on experience. That's something that you can't train for.
That's understandable, but
Not like that. His
no, no,
opinion was
that is
respectful,
understandable
man.
because he don't understand. Kid got Shakur ready for his championship
That's
fight. It's his
it.
sparring partner, and Shakur can't do nothing with him. So the IQ is Kid. He just don't know that yet. That for them to call him to sharpen their skills and to get better, they calling the one that's better. But the casual fans don't know that yet. So we looking forward to proving that to the world. It's so exciting. It's an exciting time for us right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna show the world.
Speaking of that, now that you guys are not on the February 21st card, I mean, what fight do you feel like? What's the date? What's the date that you guys think that you're gonna be having? What
It's
month?
They told me April 11th for the WBA title. They just waiting for the WBA to mandate it and solidify everything. With whether it's gonna be here in Texas or how everything gonna roll out. But that's what the date we got is April 11th. They couldn't pull it off by February because Lucas would have need time to train. We would have had to, we stay in training. But all the things all of the different promoters, the networks, that everything had to be dealt with before we could fight for that WBA title against Lucas Body because he's over at MVP and they at Netflix, so it's a different thing.
100%. What do you think about the card with Ryan Garcia and Barrios, the main event?
Good card. I mean, they got Frank Martin on there, Richardson Hitchens. You got Ryan Garcia Barrios, Gary Russell. I feel like that's another great card, especially following up behind this card. So it's a stacked card with good fights.
What do you feel about Go ahead, finish. My
No, I'm
bad.
done. That's all I have to say.
What do you feel about the PBC and the Golden Boy merging
I,
back after all these years,
I knew
all
Al
these
was going.
fighters?
I knew Al was gonna come home.
You say you knew Al was gonna come home. Yo, it's something.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that fact that they're joining forces and kind of wanting to be able to show them that listen, we don't need Turkey Alashi to put on some of these big cards as well.
More money, more money, more money. Just keep it running in. More money.
You
It's
got a
it's
lot of title
amazing.
fights on that card too.
For real. More money, more opportunities. We love it for us. You know. How you feel about that?
I get to put my hands on more people.
You talked about Richardson Hitchens fighting him in the future, but he's fighting Oscar Duarte on the card on the co-main event. What do you think about the matchup?
I feel like that's a good fight for Richardson Hitchens to defend his belt. Duarte's a pressure fighter, so we're gonna see, you know, Hitchens have to perform at his best because in my opinion, Hitchens lost that limos fight. Um, and Duarte is a way better fighter than Limos, if we're being honest. So
But
I
Hitchens can
think
fight.
he can box. We
Yeah, he
haven't
could
seen him
box.
fight.
Yeah, he could box. He could
There's a
box.
different one of the Mexicans on your behind, and you got to fight. So we'll see how he comes out. But I think if he uses that same jab he had with Cambosis, I think he beats Duarte. Not easy, but you know, he definitely has the bigger edge of winning.
Mm. Yeah, man. Definitely a good card. I love it. I like to see that we have a nice card in February. So it's good to see, man.
So what you think is next for those guys if they don't get the Devin fight or the Connor fight? What you think is the next move for that will be fair for Shakur and Keyshawn?
It just seems like the Mordecai fight, I mean, kind of makes a little bit more sense due to the fact that Mordecai wants to move up in weight. Listening to him and his team say that we were going to move up anyway in the next fight anyway. So, I mean, yeah, what's your thoughts on that? Because I know that you guys were also, thinking about unifying.
Everybody run from Kid.
More tired, man. But
Everybody run from Kid. That's what I think about that. Whether it's a Tank, Shakur's a reason. I've been told y'all, they know what storm is coming. They've been in the ring with him. They watch him grow up.
tell him, man.
They know. And it ain't just marketing, it's real. It's fact. People see it happening. So it is what it is. I've been told y'all though way back when Kid got a position, these people was gonna haul ass. that these guys are not like that. And Mortai is a great fighter. He put on a great performance, but kid was sleep him. Kid was sleep him. It's a fact. We've been in the gym with Robert Garcia before. We know their style. It's, I mean, so I could see it makes more sense for him to move up, and it's harder at the IBF. You only could go back in that ring 10 to 12 pounds heavy on fight night. So I would love to see more Ty at a bigger weight. See if he blossoms like Shakur, when he could hydrate up to his natural weight. No, what I'm saying is see if he's a better version, like how Shakur is a better version at 140 than he was at 135. So I'm saying Muay Thai might look better than he do at 135 because now he can hydrate fully and not go in the ring fighting at 137 pounds. I mean 47 pounds. So I look forward to we going up to 142. So it don't matter where they run to. It don't matter if he move up. I don't get how he's gonna fight Shakur at WBO, but he's the IBF title. Why he not fighting Richardson?
No politics.
Why he not moving up and getting the IBF title the same way that Roach did against Tank, where he skipped the line against us to fight Tank because he was the champion of that organization at the lighter weight. So I wonder why Muay Thai not doing that, opposed to try to fly over there to the WBO, just leaving the IBF completely. So that's the discussion.
Yeah, I definitely hear you on that. Because it makes more sense, right? To mandate your title on the next
Right.
weight class, but in the same time, it's like sometimes some of these fighters, just like Shakur, they wanna answer somebody's call. So maybe him saying, "Yo, listen, maybe if he takes the bait, or we might have to fight Richardson Hitchens so we can have some leeway in that fight in the future."
Or they could be just trying to cross the street over the ring so they can make money with the WBO and the ring belt.
That
So
makes a lot
they
of
can
sense
make
too.
more money. So I could see them trying to transition over there.
We
With
need
that,
to expect that.
yeah. So that's what I think it is more than anything.
Right. Right. We got Zuffa boxing tonight. What's your what's your thoughts on it? We got
I'll
Ryu
follow.
Valenzuela, the former what is he? He was the former WBA champion at 140, beating Pitbull Cruz. He's back on Zuffa. What's your thoughts?
I ain't watching it.
Damn.
Yeah, we team Oscar. We ride or die. We don't support anything outside of our team. We loyal. That's just how we was raised up. Loyalty is loyalty. If my guy not like in that situation, I ain't supporting it in any way. So good luck to them though. I don't have nothing personal against them, but I'm gonna ride with my team. So we're
Okay.
not gonna be watching that. We'll catch some highlights and hear what people gotta say after it.
I'm not even finna catch the highlights. Team Oscar.
Yeah, we
Damn.
team Oscar.
Okay. Okay. Well, man, this
You
was
didn't
definitely.
answer your people question though. We gotta get off soon,
They
but
don't got no questions.
yeah, you did think been running up with questions. This comment thing been going since we got
Bro, I
on
ain't
here.
even been looking at that.
You
No,
know what?
I be looking at them. People was dogging me. People was praising us. So you never know what. But we gotta give them some respect. It's like 700 people on here.
Yeah, 800. Um, we pretty much
Hit the
grabbed.
like button, y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. On here watching, whether you like it or not, you can support the channel. He still bring y'all a lot of good content, whether you like it or not.
Big
Now,
fat.
that'll be $25 for the promotion.
2,500. That's why, or at least 25,000.
Yo,
Uh,
your dad ready to checkmate. He look 25,000.
I want to get my money back.
Man.
We only got like 5 questions. So if you got whether on the line or on there, we got about 5.
All right. So anybody that got some good questions, make sure you guys put them in the comment section and we'll get to it. Um, People here don't like Dana White's bull crap. What's your reaction?
I don't know nothing about that, man.
I like the fact he bringing eyes to boxing though. People got to understand more eyes on boxing mean brown men can support their families and do what they do. So anything that's going to help boxing, I'm for it. I mean, he's giving people jobs. Whether he's not paying them top dollar like Oscar, he's still giving them jobs.
You mentioned Gary Russell Jr. Not too long ago. People in the comments saying, "What's up with that?" I mean, is
We
that
would
something
love
that
it.
you guys are really
We would love it.
serious
Can you
about?
imagine that name? He's so fast. He's one of the fastest fighters, hand wise. He got such a high IQ. He's an amazing fighter, and he's a dog. Who wouldn't want that
A
fight?
good fighter on your resume.
Like, yo, we want fights. We want fights. We want that legacy where y'all watching our fights 20 years from now. Like, yo, these guys perform, you know? So why wouldn't we want that? Who should we want? A cab driver, a boring ass fight that nobody gonna respect the fight the day after? We don't go nowhere up in our career off a fight and a cab driver. We knock Gary Russell out. What the world gonna say then?
He old.
No, they might say he old, but they gonna put some respect on the name though, on your
Yeah,
name.
you
For
gotta put.
sure. That's
They
a
would
bit.
say, yo, he was in no Tevin. He didn't
He's
have a
no he's
twitch.
no joke. Yeah, he's no joke.
So for us, we will love it, man. We will love it. Any of them fights.
Greg Hackett, tell Senior I love that other gourmet.
That other what?
What?
Gourmet is. I think he's talking about your outfit. What is that called, by the way?
Oh, thank you. I don't know what it's called.
Ashiki or
It's
something
just
like that.
how I
Like,
dress. It's comfortable. Just not to ramble, but I'm gonna tell you, fabrics. This is a little deeper. Fabrics vibrate at different frequencies. Like polyester, it causes cancer. Things like that. I like wearing linen because it actually help your aura attach more to the frequencies around you. Like for instance, you turn on the radio, you turn it to the station, it grabs frequencies out of the air. It converts it for you so you can hear it. But this frequency and this knowledge is around us all the time. But it's are you in tune? Are you vibrating at a frequency that you can manifest money and all that? So you got to look at the fabrics you put on your skin because it will also trap your aura in a sense. So polyester vibrated a lower frequency than cotton, linen, and wool. All you should be wearing is cotton, linen, and wool if
hey,
you want
boy, you
healing.
better chill out.
No,
You
so
know they
that's
be watching
that's
this.
why I dress more like this because it allows me to be me and manifest. So thank you, Greg. And Greg, I like your coaching, brother. Like I had comments on your fights. We had our past. I'm keeping it real, but you did a great job in that corner with that fighter.
He
And
did.
so I gotta
Jesse Hart.
commend you on that. So
Yeah.
maybe you might be a decent coach out there. I'm just saying. And I'm past our difference. So thank you a lot for your comment.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if that was a real Greg Hackey
Yeah, this
guy.
it is.
Him and my dad had his things, but the coaching he gave that fight was beautiful. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. He might what's that saying? That the just because they wasn't a good fighter don't mean that they ain't a great coach.
Right.
He showed he's up there in that coaching. So
I always said Greg Hackett could teach you how not to lose. Because he experienced a lot of things and took a lot of losses on while he was gaining his experience. So I believe as a coach, he could tell his fighters, this is not wise to do. That's not wise to do. Do this because he learned from his mistakes. So
yeah, that was some great coaching.
yeah,
Shit. Greg Hackett responds, tell him I can actually feel what he's saying.
thank you, thank you.
It says, damn, Greg, now you got to apologize.
For
Nah, let
what?
me
No, we learn from our experience. The same person I was 4 years ago or 3 years ago is not the same person in front of you now. And the same Greg Hackett that called him a pussycat and everything ain't the same Greg Hackett now. So we all learn from our mistakes,
no, no, he
and
said
learn from
alley
our
cat,
experience.
alley cat, alley cat.
Yeah, alley cat. So we learn and we grow. That's what men do. And we're gonna continue to learn till we take our last breath. So Greg is I.
Yeah, he says, tell him I said thank you.
You're welcome.
I
But now
love
we
it.
gotta go. I gotta take him to yoga to get
Oh,
his
my bad.
stretch
He
on.
said house cat. My bad.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. Even my dad found out. I hit him up. I was like, yo, I, you, I just didn't like that.
But I bet you he don't think he a house cat now. I bet you he
Mm.
give him a little more respect. If he is a house cat, he a dangerous ass house cat.
And like, I couldn't even be
Nobody
a,
coming in
a,
that
a
house.
house dog or nothing. But
Nah, he was saying when I was interviewing him the other day, he was saying some good stuff about you, kid. Actually, he said he liked you. He liked your
yeah,
demeanor in the ring.
Somebody said they got a question for Kid. They done wrote this like 4 times.
what's your
But they
question?
don't. But they don't ask the question. They just say, "I got a question."
Right.
What's your question?
Okay.
You the last question I'm answering. So
If he got a question, but he got to come on so we go to yoga.
Shoot, man. Listen, This was definitely a great segment. I think we touched on everything, man.
Yes.
Um, God bless. And on to the next one. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Greg
Thank you.
says, nah, he's an alley cat now.
Oh, the guy
So
asked who he's gonna fight next. He's gonna fight Lucas Body for the WBA title. Unless Body don't take it, then they're gonna give us number three or either Roach. So we waiting to see which one of them gonna sign the contract, and we could fight them. So that's what's happening next on April 11th. You can watch it on Amazon Prime, on your regular Roku TV, on anywhere where you could get what's the name of that thing again?
Swerve.
Swerve.
Love it, man. Really appreciate you guys for tapping in as well, man. To the next time. Enjoy yoga.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Hey, don't say it like that though.
Okay.
Like I go because there's nice women there, and I like being flexible, bro.
Oh, you
Don't
do it for the joints. You don't
yeah.
do it
Like
for your career. Okay, I get it.
see,
You
now he's telling no Diddy. I don't even gotta say all that because I wasn't even thinking all that. But yeah, I really do yoga because instructor.
baddie.
Oh, hopefully my baby mama ain't watching. But yeah.
Don't get yourself in trouble, brother. Don't get yourself in trouble. Stay blessed, man. Enjoy
You
your
too,
Sunday.
Mills.
All right, man. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Damn, we've been on here for a grippy, bro. I feel like it's only been like almost 4 hours, man. Shout out to the 700 people on the live, man. Definitely a good one. We'll be back with another one a little bit later on tonight. I gotta get some rest and do a little thing around the house. But appreciate you guys, and you already know, man. I'm out. Stay blessed. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.